There's gotta be more to this life, man. Just waking up, existing. This ain't cool at all. I gotta take a chance. This can't be it.
Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I ain't tryna live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to. I just want the best, you can't stop this feeling. Rap over everything, my only option. Really, since a kid, I've been dreaming, believe me. But tryna fight through all the hate ain't always easy. Yeah, I've been through a lot, I know it's cliche, but you gon' see the tables turn like a DJ. I'm just carrying out this prophecy. No ifs, ands, or maybes, I got to be. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
It's about that time, dog.
I'm trying to live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to.
I just want the best, I can't stop this feeling. Snap over everything, my only option, really. Since Wu-Tang Clan wasn't nothing to mess with, I had bars and the beats and the hooks with the message. Mine's off the pine, on my P's and Q's. CH got the juice, it's my time to shine. Haters like, oh, you follow Sean Carter's blueprint? Wrong hove, homie, this is God-honored movements. Why do I keep second guessing, though? Like I don't know where my blessings flow from, and how far would this endeavor go? But if I never take a leap, then I'll never know. Looking over the cliff, frozen and stiff, even though I'm bestowed with the gift to uplift. But the mind keeps racing, prone to what if, scared I won't reach my peak, blowing the drift. It's easy to exist, insist on resisting the risk that's consistent with greatness. Miss it or make it, time to face it, suck it up and own it. Every second I've lived has brought me to this moment. I'm so over the pump fake life, only got one chance to run, take flight. A few deep breaths while remembering my plans to never live my life on the edge. You know I gotta jump.
Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I ain't tryna live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Yeah, I think I'm about to live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
We only got one life to live, so why not live?
Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
Choice is yours.
You're awesome! Love you! you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Don't hit people either. Love you. My best friend. You're awesome. I love you the most.
Hey, on my soul.
Call my mama. Call my mama.
No face, no case. Hey, boy, man, I got study hall.
My man. Had a jacket on. My mama see me walk out the house like this. What you said? I couldn't hear you. My headphones on.
Excuse me, can you take your hood off your head? Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can you take your hood off your head?
Do it together.
Hey, she's talking to you.
What?
Oh, God.
So, Miss B. Hey, so, Miss B. Bathroom.
You're late to class. Go to
I'm
class.
not late.
Go.
I'm not late.
Samaya, you gotta take your blanket off.
No, I don't. You can't tell me what to do.
And your headphones.
Call my mom. Call my mom.
I'm out of here.
He's already been on, no cap.
Teachers dress as Students' Day.
I'll be doing too much.
Can't crease my shoes if I walk like this.
Hat off.
Bro,
Take your hat off.
we got tests. We got tests.
Hey, no cell phones.
How about phone, bro?
Get to class. Get to class.
Go in class. Man, take your hoods off, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be up in here doing this. What's up, gang?
What's up, gang?
Anna, take that hood off. Excuse me. Take that hood off.
Baby.
Take the hood off.
No,
You have to call your mama.
do it. I'll call her for you.
Crazy, but I think that men actually mean what they say. Like, no hidden message, no secret meaning, no emotional code to crack, just yes, no, up, down. And 9 times out of 10, I interpret it way differently. He says I'm tired. What I hear is tired of me, of this relationship, of life. Maybe I'm too much. Is he gonna leave? Like, should I back off? But the reality is, he just yawned. He says, oh, I didn't notice. He doesn't pay attention, doesn't care. He didn't notice the thing I changed. Clearly, he doesn't value me. He really actually didn't even notice. His brain didn't register it. He says, I'm not hungry. He doesn't like my cooking. He's mad. He ate somewhere else. He must be hiding something. Why isn't he hungry? What did I do? Actually, it's because he had 2 burritos from the gas station at 4 p.m. They say it's blue. We're like, what does that mean? Is it sad? Is it deep? Is it about me? No, it's just blue.
One thing about me, you might fool me once, and you might even fool me twice, but by the time we get to that 3rd one, you might fool me again. But by the 4th or 5th or 6th time, I'm still gonna be a fool. Now the 7th and 8th time, I might still be fooled. But that 9th time, I'll be fooled again. But by that 10th time, shame on me.
Can I get a green light? I want everything you promise me, Lord. Sometimes it seems like it's taking way too long trying to decide. Should I stay? Should I move on? Wanna be right? So I'm moving out your green light. Say, can I get a green light? How y'all doing, huh? Where you at, huh? Can I get a green light? If you waiting on the Lord, let me take a matters word. What you say, huh? Yo, say, can I get a green light? See, I want everything.
I want everything you promised me, Lord.
Seems like it's taking way too long.
Seems like it's taking way too long trying to decide.
Should I stay? Should I move on? So I don't move.
Can I get a green light?
How y'all doing, huh? Where y'all at, huh?
Can I get a green light?
And if you're waiting on the Lord, let you take a every word, what you say, huh?
Can I get a green light?
When the whole world jumping,
Can I get a green light?
what I'm feeling, doing nothing.
Can I get a green light?
I said I want but till I hear you saying something. Lord, I want
Can I get a green light?
yeah. 'Cause I'm moving to your life, but I'm moving to your life, so I'm moving to your green light, to your green light, to this place now. Altos, say, come on, Altos, flip it. Right here. Sopranos, never say. I feel you. If you really into that thing, Jesus, real. Everybody, soprano, sit. Everybody say it one time. Lift me up, lift me up, lift me up high. I just wanna feel alive. Let me soar like an eagle in the sky. I wanna go higher. Freedom, freedom. I just wanna fly. I was born to fly. I'm so high. I'm a free bird. I'm freer, freer in the sky. I was born to fly. I'm so high. I'm free. A minute, clucking around with the chickens, sitting on the ground with the pigeons, till I found no vision. Wow, I'm no in it, and you can't lift it from the tone you risen, and I'm with you in it. So lift me up on high. I just wanna be with Christ. Eagle wings to the sky. I'm going up higher. I'm free.
Hey. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Hey. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Happy Thursday, September the 18th. Glad to see y'all. Welcome to ZekeLive in the morning. You have locked in with a great way to start your day, and I'm glad to be able to be here with y'all. Glad that y'all are here with me. Got to a little bit of a late start today. Had some technical difficulties. Every day I feel like I get on the stairs technical difficulties. But cool thing is we get through it every single time. And so that should be a testimony in and of itself. So what's up, y'all? Hope y'all are doing all right. I hope you guys are okay. Hope all is well with y'all. And man, of course, like I said, a great way to start your day. I say that every day. I mean it every day. And I'll continue to do this every day as long as every day is every day. So I don't know what that means, but I think it means something. Hey, welcome. We got a great show, of course, today. As always, great show. Of course, you know, at 8 o'clock, we'll do our what's the word I'm looking for? Morning shout outs and affirmations. So if you haven't had a chance to say good morning, please say good morning and name the day. Y'all know that's a tradition that we do over here. We name the day. We name it something good. Today is Thursday. Maybe you'll call it Thankful Thursday. Maybe you'll call it Thirsty Thursday. Maybe you'll call it Throw Some Money in My Bag Thursday. I don't know. But name the day. Affirm it, make it something good. We'll do that at 8 o'clock, 8:05, right in there. So make sure that if you haven't, that you do that. Also, then at 8:30 or 8:35, then we're talking about the power of love, how love wins. And I don't know about y'all, but out of everything that we could be angry about, out of everything that we could be mad about, we know that love still wins. I know that love still wins. I figured that out. I figured it out this part. And so, you know, maybe y'all have figured out the same thing. So we'll discuss it. We'll talk about that. So at 8:35, we'll talk about some stories about when love wins and how love won in my life, how love maybe won in you guys' lives, the other examples of love winning. We'll do that. Then at 9:05, you know, we'll look at some times when maybe grace was missing. You know, love calls for grace. And sometimes we don't oftentimes offer the best grace, or sometimes grace wasn't necessarily offered to us. And we could have used a little bit of grace. Or maybe there was a time we could have given a little bit of grace. And so we'll just kind of hash that out a little bit. And then at 9:35, when Pastor Rich Holmes gets here, we'll talk about just maybe some practical ways, you know, from a pastoral standpoint, maybe some practical ways that we can show love even as we go through this week, even as we go through, even as we go through the remainder of the week. We've got the rest, of course, this week, today and tomorrow for the work week. And then there's the weekend. And so maybe you need to hear this. Maybe you need to hear that love is possible. Love is capable. And maybe you need to know that. So we'll talk about it today. My hope and my goal by the end of this day is that you will be able to, that you'll be able to show love, spread love, feel love, recognize love. All of that stuff is important. Love, like, you know, what is love? You know, I mean, you know, like, what is love even? And so how do you even show it if you don't even know what it is? And y'all know what I feel like. I feel like in scripture when it says, when they asked Jesus, what was the greatest of the commandments? And he said that it was that you would love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, strength, and then that you would love your neighbor as yourself. And so do we spend enough time loving ourselves? Do we spend enough time loving each other? Do we spend enough time even loving God? Are we at a place where we don't know what we really even feel as it pertains to that? I don't know. But by the end of this show, I hope that maybe something to be placed on your mind. You'll have some new perspective. You'll have some new ways to look at it, or some ways that maybe you've forgotten, or some ways that you need to think about to help you get through. Because here's what I recognize, and here's what I've learned, and this is just me. This is what I've learned, what I've recognized. Maybe it's the same for you, maybe not. I don't know. It's up to you to say. But maybe you've recognized it like I have, that every time love is shown, it just settles the mood. It settles the room. It settles the space. It just makes everything better. So, you know, what is love? You know, I think that we oftentimes, when you say love to somebody, you know, they hear all kinds of different stuff depending on who you're talking to. You talk about love and somebody, maybe even depending on what season they're in, or just what they've experienced in their life. I've realized that, you know, you ask people what love is, and some people will say, you know, well, immediately associated with romantics, you know, like falling in love with a romantic partner. You know, you talk about love for some people and they hear just friendships and family. You know, you talk about love with some people and it brings up things like forgiveness and grace. You talk about love with some people and it talks about just, you know, just showing it, like love that's not just felt on the inside, but it's shown on the outer appearance. You talk about, you know, like in work. So like in things that you do. So maybe you get involved with some charitable organization or with your church or with a community group or something like that. And so you go out and you try to like love on people. You try to minister to people and help people. Maybe that's how you show love. Maybe that's what love brings up for you. Love, you know, you say that word and it brings up all kinds of things for all kinds of different people. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. What there is something wrong with, I think, is a love that you say you have, but it's never shown. It's never expressed. It's never given. It's never, I think it was Commissioned, I believe, that had the song that said, love isn't love until you give it away. Like, you know, this like love is not real until it's given away. You can't just take love and then not give it back out. But for some of us, I think that some people have never really properly been loved. You know, like it's hard to show love if you've never been properly loved. For some people, if you've never recognized that you were properly loved, and, you know, let it be my faith that tells the story. I'll tell you that God loves you. The Lord loves you. He has his best interest for you. That's my heart. That's my belief. That's what I think. That's where I'm at with it. But, you know, some people don't recognize that, know that, or believe that. And that's okay. But have you experienced love anywhere else, at least? Have you experienced love from parents? Have you experienced love from siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends, you know, on the job? Or maybe you were the receiving end at your church, that you've received some love, like, you know, where love is just, like I said, just properly given. And again, some of us don't know how to give love out because we never experienced love for ourselves. And so that's something to hash out. That's something to think about. That's something to try to piece together. Like, you know, have I been in spaces where I've not been loved? And, or how about this, people who have been given what they thought was love only for it to be snatched away. I mean, have you ever been in a situation where there was somebody who said they loved you? There was somebody who said they, you know, and the way they expressed that love was that they, at least in mouth, at least in lip service, they would tell you, like, you know, oh, I'll be there for you. I'll do this for you. I got your back. I'll do such and such. And then when the time came, they never show up, and you try to have a little grace. It's like, okay, I get it. You got a schedule. You got a life. You got things going on. I get it. I understand it. But then comes time number 2 where you need them to show up. Then time number 3, time number 4, and they're just never there. They never, you know, like maybe you thought you were being loved because you were being, you know, for some people being loved. It's crazy how you have to try to censor your language. I'm just going to say it. I mean, if they censor me, it is what it is at this point. But, like, you know, some people have experienced abuse. Some people have been beat on, like having to fight every time they get home, all that kind of stuff like that. And they think that they've received love. I'll never forget this. I can't think of his name. But when it was my first year in college, my first year in school, I went to a community college, KCC, shout out KCC, Kankakee Community College down in Kankakee. Yeah, I started at a community college. So I've been to community college, state school, private school. Like I've been through the ranks when it comes to college. I've been overseas at a university, so I've done the university circuit. I've seen all kinds of different universities and how things are different. But anyways, I'll never forget my first year in college at KCC. I can't think of the guy's name, but I remember he came in and he was all bandaged up. His hand was bandaged up. There was blood coming like out of it. You could see the gauze, you know, out of the wrap, the gauze. You could see the blood coming out of it and all that kind of stuff like that. We were like, yo, what happened to you? I mean, I'm talking, it was like, you know, like he had been in a fight or something. And he was like, man, I just got out the hospital. He came back to school that day. I was like, man, I just got out the hospital this morning. Like, what happened to you? Like, what happened? Man, I got into a fight with my girl, man. She stabbed me up and everything. And I was like, we was like, whoa. You know, what am I? 18 at the time, 17. I think I was 17, 18 at the time. And it's like, whoa, what are you? Yeah, because I went to school at 17. So I was either 17 or 18 when this happened. And we were just like, whoa, like, what are you doing in school when you get? He's like, no, man, I'll be all right, man. This kind of stuff be happening with us. And we were like, really? You and y'all be fighting like that? Where y'all be pulling out knives and whatnot? And he was like, yeah, man. That's how I know my girl love me, man. Because she be ready to fight and do it. I mean, like, we were like, bruh, like this. You think that's love? You think it's love when your girl done stabbed you, done took a knife, and y'all fighting? And some people, that's how they think of love. And so, what have you experienced in your life that would lead you to think that somebody loves you based on the fact that they were willing to unalive you? What is that? What is that? How do we wind up at that kind of a place? How do we wind up at that kind of a space? And so for some people, because that's not been their experience, that's not been what they've known, then when they come across those situations, like, wait a minute, y'all, you don't love me. You're going to do all that to me. You must not love me. And so, but different people, again, you hear the word love, and different people are going to have different interpretations of what that is based on what their life experiences have been. And so, today, as we talk about how love wins, how real love wins, how true love wins, what does real love look like? What does true love look like? And for those of us who come from a Christian tradition, we say that our love is based on how God loved the world and how that was manifested through Jesus Christ. Now, that's the Christian way of what love's example is. And it's not that you're supposed to get beat down across and do all of that. It ain't that you're supposed to go through that, but it's the fact that somebody would love you even to that point. And then that's where scripture comes and says, so what can separate us from the love of Jesus? Like, what can separate us from this kind of a love? Like, nothing. If somebody is willing to lay it all down for you, that kind of a love, well, my goodness, what can separate you from that? And there's nothing that would hold you from that. And so, I'm challenging anybody who has maybe had these experiences with love where it wasn't quite so good, where somebody wasn't willing to lay it all down for you, but they were always requiring you to lay it all down for them. That ain't love at all. Like, that's love with expectation if that love is shown first, I think. You know what I mean? And what am I saying? I'm saying, like, if somebody's expecting you to reciprocate the same kind of love that they're giving, so they're willing to lay it all down for you, so they expect you to be able to lay it all down for them, that's just mutual love. That's what that is. But I would challenge anybody who thinks that somebody who's willing to just take you out and take you out, right? Somebody who's willing to do that without giving it all back to you, that ain't love at all. That's narcissism. That is spoiled brat narcissism that's expecting you to lay everything down for them. But for some people, I don't know, maybe somebody here, for some people, like, that's exactly what you've thought of as love. Like, you had to give it all up, even when they wouldn't give it all up. And so how do you live in a life where, and that is a sense agape, right? Like, I love you, even though you don't love me back. That's a sense of love. But where are the boundaries? Where are the boundaries that you put on that? Where are the borders that you're going to put up so that you can say, wait a minute. I'm not just going to give you love. I expect to receive love back. Because how can you give love for real to somebody if it's not coming back to you? But again, here's what I've learned and what I've seen in life, at least from my perspective and from my view, is that when you show love long enough, it starts to tear down walls of people. It starts to make people come to a point where they want to reciprocate that same kind of love. They want to give it back because you love them through some stuff. And that takes a special grace. That takes a special kind of love. And you got to make sure you're doing that with the right people, because, again, you mess around and get in love with a narcissist or somebody who expects so much. Like, that's not love at all. That's just taking advantage of you. And that's where you got to love somebody from a distance. That's maybe where you got to take somebody and say, hey, I love you, but the level of actions that I'm going to give to show that love has now some boundaries. Here's the line, and because you're not willing to cross your part of the line, then I'm not willing to come that far with it. So, yeah, I can love you and respect you for who you are as a human, as a person, as a child of God. I can I can respect you for that, but I'm not going to expect you to reciprocate that back, which means I got to put up some boundaries. And for somebody, maybe that's the one word they need to hear today. Boundaries. Put up some boundaries, because again, how can you love your neighbor unless you first love yourself? At least according to scripture, love your neighbor as yourself. And so if you don't even love yourself enough to put up some boundaries, then how can you truly love that neighbor? Like, love yourself enough to put up some boundaries. So maybe the word for somebody this morning is to love yourself. Give some love to yourself. Give some grace to yourself. And, maybe that's a good place to just check in for a minute. Let me do this. I'm going to play a track. Let me just get a track going. Y'all know I got to be quiet for a minute when the track comes on. But here's a good track. Give me all your love. How about that? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. Okay, maybe y'all can hear me. I don't know. But maybe that's what somebody needs to hear today, that you can love yourself. You need to love yourself. How do you love yourself? Will you love yourself? Like, really honestly, will you love yourself? And it's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. We got, tomorrow is Friday. We got the weekend coming up. Do you got some things that's coming up and people have put so much on you and you're taking on more than you can bear, taking on more than you can handle, trying to show love, but that same love isn't being reciprocated. So you end up being burnt out, stressed out, worn out, torn up, broke down, disgusted, busted, all of that because you're trying to show love, but that same love isn't being reciprocated and it's happening over and over again. Do you love yourself enough to say no? Do you love yourself enough to say, no, I can't do that anymore? I can't do that to myself anymore. It hits me like this. We're going to take a music break right here. But it hits me when you think of like loving somebody and how much you love somebody. When you think about that, like when you think about how much you love somebody, you don't want to hurt them. When you really love somebody, you don't want to harm them. When you truly love somebody, you don't want to see any ill will towards them. You don't want to see them sick. You don't want to see them hurt. You don't want to see them crying. You don't want to see them up at night, can't sleep, replaying trauma and drama in their minds. When you love somebody for real, you don't want any of that for them, and you'll do everything in your power. About doing love, you'll do everything in your power to make sure that person never has to experience hurt, pain, abuse, trauma, all of that. You'll make sure, like you love your kids, you're going to make sure to shield them and keep them away from that stuff. When you love your spouse and your significant other, you're going to do everything in your power to try to shield them from all of that stuff. You love your friends, you're going to pick up on them. You better not say nothing bad about my friend, like on The Living Color. Better not nobody say nothing bad about Miss Jenkins. Remember that? Like, you know what I mean? Like when you really love somebody, when you really love your job, when you really love your music, when you really love you don't want nobody talking bad about it. You don't want nobody to trash it. You don't want none of that. You'll do everything in your power to shield them, to shield that, to protect it, to defend it. So here's my question. Do you love yourself? Do the same. And maybe that's the word before we go into a music break right here. Maybe that's the word for somebody right there. Do you love yourself enough to do the same thing? So if somebody's overworking, overwhelming, putting you through a bunch of traumatic situations, like creating chaos and havoc in your life, do you love yourself enough? Do you love yourself enough to be able to say, no, I'm protecting myself. I'm defending myself. I'm keeping myself. I'm shielding myself. I'm loving myself. Go ahead and love yourself. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. You got the weekend. You got the rest of September. You got the rest of the year to sort through that, and realize whether or not you've been loving yourself and being true to yourself. Amen. Well, maybe that's all somebody needed to hear today. Like, you love yourself. You know, if you like don't focus on, maybe somebody in here just needs to not focus on loving everybody else right now. It'll come naturally. You'll get there. But maybe first thing you need to do is love yourself. Like, you claim you love God, you claim you love all of the beauty of the world. You claim, all right, so you got that under control. But now, do you love yourself? Because you got to love your neighbors. We got to do that, and we're going to talk about that. But can't do it till you first love yourself. All right, y'all. Let's take a music break right here. Let's do a music break. When we get back, we're going to do our morning shout outs and affirmations. So if you haven't said good morning, do me a favor and say good morning. I'm going to turn the comments on the side right down here. They're going to show up right there on the bottom screen if you're watching. Of course, you can follow us on YouTube, and you can follow us on the Book of Faces. Subscribe to us on YouTube and hit the like button. And of course, I won't get mad if you share it with somebody, and you can do the same on Facebook. There's all the information right there on the screen, right up there. That's all the info, so you can do all of that. But for now, let's listen to a little bit of music to get your coffee. Go ahead and do that. If you haven't said good morning, go ahead and do me a favor and say good morning. Speaking of love, here goes Zeke the genius. Said he never fall in love again, but he just might. So, all right, so we'll be right back after this with our morning affirmation.
No, I never did love, just the past time. Told myself the last time was the last time. So tell me why. I know that I'm safe for all alone, but when I'm with you, I lose control. And I'm not new to heartbreak, babe, but that's a risk we all gon' take. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. It's risky, and I know it. Once we get to going, we can't stop. You're like a locomotive, a runaway train out of control, and this could be unforgettable. I'm hoping we don't get off track, cause it's gonna be a long way back. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Oh yeah.
Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day, He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day. Some people wait until something happens, then they start praying that it isn't so. What if you did things different, can you imagine the favor that follows wherever you go? My prayer's not based on my day now. My day is based on my prayer. By grace he has everything I say now. He is good. My prayer's not based on my day now. My day is based on my prayer. So even if it doesn't go my way now, he is good. He is good. He is good. He is good. Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day, God of my day, God God of my day. He's the God of my day. He's the God of my day. God of my day. God of my day. He's the God of my day.
I put my foolish pride aside in acknowledgement of your goodness. Everything is the Lord's in the earth in its fullness. Was deaf to the voice from the pulpit. Straighten up my mind from the thoughts that were crooked. Isolated from the shame, totally dependent on self. Now I abide in your shadow, in your presence I dwell. Deserved to fall, but was caught before I fell. Was so hard-headed, too stubborn to ask for help. Unworthy of your grace, begging you for lighter lords. Till I met a single mother in survival mode. Made me reject all the lies that I've been told. And made me reflect on the codes that I uphold. I'm a leader. Hey Drizzle, thank you for the feature. Exposing the manipulation of the great deceiver, ain't no preacher. And I ain't perfect either. Following instructions, edify all my believers, Mario.
Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day. God of my day. God of my day. He's the God of my day. He's the God of my day. God of my day. God of my day. He's the God of my day.
Oh, God of my day. I love that. I love that. Hey, have y'all subscribed? Have y'all followed? Have y'all shared this? Have y'all done all of that stuff? Look at that. There's all the info, right? Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Right there. There we go. Have you done all that stuff? Go ahead and do all that stuff. I won't get mad at you. I promise you. I promise you I won't. I promise I won't get mad if you share. I promise I won't get mad. All right, y'all. Let's do some morning shout outs and affirmations. Of course, we are talking about the power of love, how love always wins. And, first thing we said was you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. I think, and for me, this is just me. This is my religious belief. And maybe it's the same for you. Maybe not. I don't know. But my religious belief is this, that first thing you got to do is love God. After you love God, you figure out how to love yourself. After you figure out how to do that, you'll figure out how to love everybody else. And once you figure out that, boy, isn't it crazy how life will end up being amazing. So let's do some morning shout outs, morning affirmations, because this is one of the ways that we're able to show love. We're able to show love to each other. And that's why I love doing the morning shout outs. That's why I love doing the morning affirmations. So if you haven't said good morning, please go ahead and say good morning. Let me know that you're here so I can go down this line and see who's here. All right, y'all, let's see here. Let me get my comments loaded up. First comment of the day. Of course, that's always a big deal for me. Let's see who has the first comment today. First comment of the day is going to Miss Sarah Staten, his mama. Y'all say what's up to mama. There she is right there. Give it up for her. She is on the first comment saying good morning, family. And y'all know what that symbol right there means. That symbol basically means that she is not just the family that you choose, but not just the family that you're born into, but the family that you choose. That's what family is, and we are family over here, the Locke'd family. And I really honestly believe that we love each other. Many of us don't know each other personally. Many of us have never met each other, and yet all through the comments and all of that, we show love. That's why we do these morning affirmations. It's a way of showing love, and so continue to show that love. Thank you, mama. Y'all give it up for mama right there, showing love to everybody. We love her. We really do love her. She's always in the comments with some good stuff. She's on the YouTube side right there for the first comment, but I'm sure she went to the Facebook side. Look at that. She did. She on the Facebook side. She goes to Facebook to keep the party going, but she knew she had to get the first comment of the day. Got on YouTube to make sure to tell us good morning and get the first comment. So congratulations on the first comment. Maybe I need to do a contest one day for first comment. Maybe we need to do like a contest, just like a week or something like that. And whoever gets the most first comments that week gets like a little $20 Starbucks or something like that. I don't know, or Dunkin' Donuts or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's not the first thing on my mind right now, but maybe in the future we'll do that. Let's see who else we got over here. We got Miss Abronia Scott, that she is, or on the YouTube side, she calls herself Brony Cat. We know that. There's I'll see them rhymes how they just flow out of me. Brony Cat, we know that. Oh, snap. How about that? All right, y'all. Shout out to Bronia. She says, good morning, Lock Stars. It's Thankful Thursday. And anytime somebody names the day, y'all know I got to ring my gong. Here it is. Hold on, wait a minute. There it is. Thankful. It is Thankful Thursday. I love that. Thank you so much, Abronia, for Thankful Thursday. And what do y'all got to be thankful for? To tell y'all to have a great day. Well, what do you have to be grateful for and thankful for? And y'all know she got to give us the church announcement, the lady announcement. There it is right there. She says, welcome to ZekeLive in the morning with all of our illustrious hosts. And she's telling you to grab your morning drink so we can talk about love and its power. And I just, during that music break, I went and I poured myself a new cup of coffee. Y'all, I still ain't, let me tell y'all what I did yesterday. I've been talking about this all week for at least the last 3 days about how I ran out of the coffee I like. Now, y'all know I don't drink my coffee with no cream, no sugar. I say it all the time. I don't drink my coffee, no cream, no sugar, just straight black, poured in a cup. Make sure it's hot and give it to me. That's how I drink my coffee. So, you know, I like different brands of coffee, different types of coffee because I'm drinking the straight coffee. And so I went to the store last night. Tell me why I got home. Now, y'all know I've been drinking this Cafe Bustel because that's the coffee that we have. I've been drinking some yellow can. I've been drinking that because that's what my wife bought. If she thought I liked that coffee. And I was like, no, man, I don't like that coffee. I don't really care for it. I'll drink it. I'll tolerate it. I don't really drink it. So I said, I got to go to the store. Y'all know my wife is in the hospital. Y'all show her some love and keep her lifted up in prayer. Which meant I had to go to the store and fend for myself. I went to the store last night to get myself some food. It was a late night. I had a late night meeting. Not a late night meeting, but I was at the police station with a meeting. Not a police station, but a commissioner, not the commissioner, the council meeting for the police. I was at that last night. And so, I'm like, I ain't got no food at home. I got to go get something to eat. So I went to the grocery store and left out of there. Forgot to get myself the coffee that I like, man. Got to get myself the coffee that I like. So I'm still drinking Cafe before. I went to the store. I didn't realize until I got home, and I was like, I'm tired. I ain't going back out. So anyways, I got my coffee, my Cafe Bustel. That's what I'm drinking. So shout out to Brony Cat. Thank you so much for that. Y'all show her some love. And then look who it is, y'all. My auntie Regina saying morning nephew and Lock Stars family. And I like this. She named the day. She said Think It Through Thursday. Ooh, that's good. I wish I had the meme loaded up with the guy who's like, y'all know that meme where the guy's like, yeah, I wish I had that loaded up. Because Think It Through Thursday. Yeah, think it through. What do you have to think through today? Before you act, before you say something, before you go off, before you snap, before you run your mouth too much, before you say something that you're going to wind up. What did Kanye say? Before you say something where you got to wind up apologizing. Basically, when you got to wind up saying an apology, you got to wind up saying an apology. Apologizing. Ain't what he said, apologizing, but think it through. Think it through. Don't just come off the cuff. Think it through first. Stop, breathe, think it through. Before you allow somebody to just put something on you, think it through. You might need to say no. Think it through. Before you just commit to anything, think it through. Before you deny anything, maybe somebody is going to give you an opportunity and you about to say no. Well, think it through. Maybe you need to say yes to that one. Maybe that's an opportunity for you. Think it through. I love that. Thank you, Auntie Regina. Y'all know that's my auntie. Y'all know I love her. We all show her some love. See that? Speaking of love, think it through. I love that. I love that so much. And then let's see here. Here's my mother-in-law. Y'all know how I feel about these mamas of the show. Look who it is. It's my wife's mama, Miss Sherry Banky. I love that. And good morning to the Lock Star family. And we got a reason for the gong again. He says it's thankful for God's grace Thursday. Thankful for God's grace today. Are you thankful for God's grace, everybody? Are y'all? Are y'all thankful for God's grace? I'm asking that. Are you thankful for His grace? Are you excited about His grace? Are you happy for His grace? Have you experienced God's grace? Or do you know that you've experienced? Again, my own personal religious conviction, and maybe this is not the same for you, but mine is that yes, you have experienced God's love. You have experienced God's grace, and maybe you just don't know it. Well, let me tell you about it. You have definitely experienced, so you got something to be thankful for. If ain't nobody else loving you, ain't nobody else got your back, if ain't nobody else thinking about you, ain't nobody else treating you right, hey, you've got God's grace, and God is giving you His grace. And so be thankful for that. So thank you to my mother-in-law. Thank you to her. Y'all give her some love one more time right there. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show, especially my own mama and my own mother-in-law. That's my mama, y'all. There she is right there. So give her some love. And look, y'all, my friend Jeff Wills, Reverend Jeff Wills. What up, sir? Listen, I ain't been bugging you because I know you just got married. Congratulations to you. But what's up, man? I ain't been bugging you because I know you honeymooning right now. You in that honeymoon phase. But man, I'm gonna have to link up with you, man. That you in the city, man. We're gonna have to link up. Now, I said it already a couple months ago. And I've had a crazy couple of months. While I'm talking, I ain't been able to really get out and do much of anything anyways while I'm running my mouth. But but no, we gotta see that through so that I can see you, man. So what's up? Hope all is well with you and your new bride. Y'all give him some congratulations on his marriage. Yeah, that's always a good thing right there. My friend Jeff and I, we go way back. We're talking all the way back to Kankakee, to the Kankakee days. And for those that don't know what Kankakee is, I talk about it a bit. Let me just paint the picture. Kankakee is a small city about 60 miles south of Chicago. Now, for me, that was pretty much the big city growing up because, I wasn't the big city growing up, but I was always back and forth in and out of Chicago. But when I moved to Hopkins Park, Kankakee was like the big city at that point. So, like for me, it was all about how do you get a gig in Kankakee? How do you get to be at the stuff in Kankakee? And so I've got an affinity for Kankakee, man. It's my hometown. I love Kankakee. I do. I really do. I love them. Now, I didn't love them enough to stay. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there don't be nothing bad about it. I had other things I had to do, and other things that I was working towards and moving towards, and Kankakee just wasn't the place for me to be able to get those things done. But I've always got an affinity for Kankakee, and I'm always excited when I see people from Kankakee, especially people who are my friends, my good friends who are from Kankakee, who know me from like way back in the day. So they know me as, as just straight up Zeke. They know. And it's good to have people in your life like that. I wonder, as you progress in life and as you do things in life, as we talk about love and self, I really do. I wonder how many of us really honestly have people who are in our life that go back far in our lives, that know us for just who we are. Think about that for a minute. I mean, do you really have people who just know you? People in your life who just know you for who you are? Just take a minute and think about that. Do you? A lot of people know you at work. A lot of people know you at church. A lot of people know you at the club. Maybe if you a clubber, But do you have anybody who just knows you at the core of who you are, who can take all of those spaces and love you through all of that, in spite of all of that, because of all of that? Like, it's just you. They just know you for you. They're just there for you because you are you. Do you have enough people in your life like that? I will challenge you to maybe think about that. Like my auntie Regina said, think it through. Thursday, she said, think it through. I would challenge you to think that through. Do you have somebody in your life, anybody, friend, a brother, a sister? And I'm not talking about just a parent, because, parents know you for who you are, but they know you for who they raised you to be and who they want you, who they aspire you to be. So they know you at that level. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all get it. But your friends know you on a different level. They know the stuff that you don't want to tell your parents about. They know the stuff that you don't want to talk to your parents about. You know your mess for real. You know what I mean? Like, and if they're a good friend, then they'll hold you accountable and they'll push you forward and they'll do all that kind of stuff. You know, part of loving ourselves, as we talk about this whole thing about love and the power of love and how love wins, I think the part of loving ourselves is making sure that we surround ourselves with enough people who will love us the way we love us. Because I love myself even, maybe I'll say it like this. I love myself even in my own mess. Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? I know the mess I'm into. I know the stuff that I need to fix. I know the stuff I need to correct. I know the stuff that I didn't do so well. I know the times that I wasn't so good. I know the times where I wasn't so great, so kind, so gracious. I know those times, and yet I still love me. I still love myself. You know, now was all my seasons like that? Maybe not so much. But, you know, when you get that back and you get to a point where you love yourself in spite of everything else that you got going on. Do you have anybody in your life who will love you that same way? And I'm not even just talking romantic. Like, you need somebody who will love you romantically that way. That's one thing. But I'm talking about, do you have anybody in your life who loves you as a friend? Just a good friend, brother, sister, you know, it could be a cousin, it could be somebody who's on your level, who can hold you accountable so that when you love yourself through your own stuff, because you can love yourself real good, even through your own mess. And because you love yourself so good, you settle there and you never correct your mess, you never fix it, you never want to, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. But do you have somebody who will hold you accountable, but then also hold you accountable in good? I'm so grateful that I've got people in my life. One of the great gratitudes that I have in my life is that there are people who love me when I'm at my best self and when I'm at my worst self, and they hold me accountable to both ends of the spectrum. And I think for a lot of us, we got people who we say love us, but they only love us when times are good, when times are great. That's why I said this. I don't think this was yesterday. I think I said it a couple days ago. Whenever it was, I know I said it this week. That one of my pet peeves is all these people running around talking about that's my spiritual mother, that's my spiritual father. And it's not really a pet peeve that people would say that or that they would feel that kind of connection. My pet peeve is in the ones that oftentimes that you call your spiritual mother and your spiritual father and all that other kind of stuff like that. As soon as things go wrong, they disappear. They cut you off. They not around no more. They ain't got nothing to say. They not loving you through it. When everybody's talking about you and when everybody's doing all that, they ain't got nothing else to say. They listen. You don't need nobody in your life like that calling themselves your spiritual mother, your spiritual father. You need people in your life that when the worst of the worst happens to you, they gonna hold you accountable, but they not gonna let you go. And then when the best of the best happens to you, they will push you. They will encourage you. They will congratulate you. They ain't gonna hate on you, try to tear you down, take you down a peg, bring you down to their level. Get you some people who got some stuff going on. That's probably the word for somebody right there. Get yourself around some people who got some stuff going on in their life. That way they ain't gotta hate on you when you got stuff going on in your life, because a lot of us think we got people around us who love us. They claim that they love us, but as soon as stuff starts looking good, start looking better than they stuff, they gotta, well, you want to humble yourself. You don't need to be, I don't mean to rain on your parade, but that's not love at all. That's not love at all. And you don't need to be around nobody who is acting like that. You need people around you who are going to wish blessings on you, favor on you. So, and I don't know why I'm so stuck on all of that. I know my friend Jeff was here. That's why I brought him up. Yeah, so shout out to Jeff. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a couple more here. Yeah, there we go. Look who it is, y'all, because I keep running my mouth. Victoria. Y'all give it up for Miss Victoria. Look at that. There she is right there. Saying blessings to everybody. Wishing blessings. And that is absolutely always in order. You got anybody in your life that's just wishing you blessings? I know I wish blessings on all of y'all. That's why we do a lot of the topics and things that we do. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Let me blow my nose. Yeah! Gross! Blowing the nose. Ew. Anyway. Yeah, blessings to everybody. I know I wish blessings on everybody. That's why we do the topics that we do. That's why my goal is always not to just stir you up, get you upset, riled up before you start your day, but that you walk away with something that's positive, something that feels good, something that makes your day start off a little better. That's a blessing that I wish on each one of y'all. That's my honest prayer for each of y'all. That's why I say we are a Lockstar family, man. We're a family. You know what I mean? And families show love. And so thank y'all for letting me show love to y'all. And thank y'all for showing love to me. I feel the love always coming back. I really do. That's why I spend all the time on the morning shout outs. Look who it is, y'all. It's Miss Jamaica Lachey. Oh, Lord, I got to keep it moving. Miss Jamaica, I'm realizing what time it is. I'm running my mouth. Miss Jamaica Lachey, y'all give it up for her this morning. She's saying good morning or great morning. Today is, I got a reason to ring my gong. Hold on a second. She said today is Tough It Out. Woo. Tough It Out Thursday. Stop whining and get yourself together. You are almost to your goal. You got this. Remember, I love you. Look at that. Jamaica Lachey loves you. Don't nobody else love you. She loves you. And so she wants y'all to have a great day. And I want y'all to have a great day as well. Yes. Tough It Out Thursday. I like that. Keep on. Like, just put on your big boy pants. Tough it out. Get ready to move. That's right. Tough it out. I love y'all so much. I love that. I love these words of affirmation that we all give each other every morning. And I want to continue that as a tradition on ZekeLive in the morning. Long as there's a ZekeLive in the morning, I always want there to be some iteration of morning shout outs and morning affirmations. I really don't know. I say it all the time, but I really don't know if y'all really understand how important I think that is as a time frame. That's just something that's on my heart. That's saying good morning. It's not about just calling people's names and making you feel good, but stuff y'all type in these morning affirmations means something to people. If it don't mean something to nobody else, it means something to me. And I is people. So it means something to people. It means something to people when you speak a good word over them. Some people, man, it's just some people literally don't ever get the opportunity to hear someone say something good to them. You never have someone speaking positivity over their life. Some people have never heard the words "I love you" come from someone, and that we, if we can do anything about it over here in the Lockstar family, then we can at least speak to each other. And so, listen, I love you. I hope y'all love you. Say it again. I love you. I hope y'all love you. In other words, I hope you love yourself. I hope you have enough love for yourself to be able to receive love and then to be able to take that love and spread it right back. Listen, you are loved. You are loved. I promise you, you're loved. You're loved. The very nature of the fact that you're here, you're loved. I love you. And so anyways, we're going to take a music break right here and we're going to come back. We're going to keep talking about love. Y'all going to hear that word love about 400 times today. Maybe not that many, but we're going to get as close to that as we can in the time frame that we have allotted. We got to get off here by 10, but we're going to, even though we've been going over the last couple of days, but we're going to get as close to 400 times hearing the words "I love you" as we can, because by the time you leave here, if you ain't heard nothing else, I want you to hear to yourself, I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved. Even if you don't believe you special, even if you don't believe you smart, even if you don't believe, we can get into all of that too. But even if you don't believe none of that's other stuff, at least remember that you're loved. And so today, my goal is that you'll at least hear that so much that you'll remember it. It'll sink in. It'll be written on your heart. All right, let's take a quick music break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into this topic. We're gonna talk about maybe some times when love really did win. Sometimes when I saw love win, I'll tell you all about my day yesterday and how I watched love win in real time. But for now, we'll take this music break. Let y'all know I love these two songs. Love, see that? So I'm gonna keep hearing that word love. Let's play this and we'll be right back. And maybe y'all can tell me some times where you experienced love or where you showed love and you watched love win. All right, we'll be right back.
Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. Thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. The devil thought he had me, I got away. Yeah. Don't it feel good when you've been in his presence? Yeah. Walking with him ain't no second guessing. Yeah. Some call it luck, but I call it a blessing. Yeah. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me, yeah. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. Thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. The devil thought he had me, I got away. Don't it feel good when you're in his presence? Walking with him ain't no second guess. Somebody love, but I call it a blessing. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking your love for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Never thought he had me, I got
Can I be honest with you? Sometimes my heart gets to racing and I get impatient. Can I be honest with you? I get so lost in the matrix and I wanna trade places. Cause I thought when I felt you would walk away. It made me feel some type of way, made me feel some type of way. I know every time I drift away, you catch me with grace. And I'm better with you, with you. Cause mountains only move by faith. But I'm better with you, with you. Giving me peace I can't explain. I know true love never fades. No one can replace it. It came down and made a way. Now I'm better with you, with you, with you. I'm honestly better with you. When I think about the times I tried to walk away and went astray, still you love me. How could I go be so blind and hide, trying to conceal the truth revealed in you? Cause I thought when I felt you would walk away. It made me feel some type of way, made me feel some type of way. I know every time I drift away, you catch me with grace. With you, cause mountains only move by faith. Lord, I'm better with you, I'm better with you, I'm better with you. Giving me peace I can't explain. I know true love never fades. No one can replace it. It came down and made a way. Now I'm better with you, with you, with you. I'm honestly better with the mountains. There's a river that don't run dry. Deeper than oceans, there's a water that brings us back to life. There is no greater revelation than the lamb that came down and sacrificed. I'm running, I know who I gotta do. I'm better with you. I'm better with you, cause mountains only move by faith. But I'm better with you, with you. With you, I know true love
honestly better with you. I love that. I love that. Jordan May, better with you. And Nathan Davis Jr. Woke up this morning. I love both of those songs. I really do. That's why I play them. That's why we've been playing them lately. Hey, y'all. We've been talking about love, the power of love, the times when love won in our lives. And here's my question. Have you ever been in a situation? Have you ever been in a in a situation where things were a little hostile, things got out of hand, things got crazy, things got ridiculous, and the only thing that you had was love? That's the only thing. That's the only thing that you had. Oh, I ain't gonna say that's the only thing you had, because the other side of it is, I guess you could technically repay. Let's call it this way: evil with evil. I guess you could repay fire with fire. I guess you could repay blows for blows. I guess you could repay, a kick with a kick. I guess you could. But, again, I told y'all my faith, my Christian faith, there's this whole idea of turning the other cheek. There's this whole idea of even loving on your enemies, even loving them, and even praying for them and those who persecute you and scorn you and all that stuff like that, right? But for people who I think are a little bit more enlightened, they probably get to a point where even when all kinds of crazy stuff happens, and y'all know the world we live in. I mean, let's just be real about it. The world we live in, there's so much stuff we can be angry over. There's just so much stuff to be mad about. There's just so much stuff to be upset about. There's so much stuff to get anxious about, or that not just anxious like that, but I mean, even where anxiety and panic attacks and things start hitting people. I know some people have conditions with that, but sometimes I wonder how much of that condition has been caused just by the very nature of the world in which we live. Like all kinds of stuff. I mean, turn on the news today and I'm looking at, I didn't turn on the news, but just scrolling through, and I'm just looking at some of the stuff that's happened. Of course, like Jimmy Kimmel just got indefinitely shut down for comments that he made. And this, you go through, like I said yesterday, you go through all your social media and you find all kinds of fighting videos and all kind of stuff like that. You go through your Facebook, if you got like a church algorithm like I got, because my algorithm just all kind of churchy people in my friends groups, and so that stuff pops up in my algorithm, and you see the arguing and stuff that happens. I was watching one thing where they were doing I want to say it was a pastoral installation. I don't know where this was, but it was a pastoral installation. And lady stood up and said that we did not vote this person in as the pastor. They are not our pastor. And then a whole fight broke out. You look at some funerals and people be fighting and that be breaking out. You look at folks getting robbed and all that kind of stuff like that. You look at all the Karens that show up. Listen, Karens now. That if there's anybody who might not be deserving of, everybody's deserving of love. But if anybody was not deserving of love, if there happened to be somebody who was a little less deserving of love than everybody else, I would say it's some of these Karens, but I say that jokingly, but for real, but with all the things that go on in our life, just all the things we see, all the things we're exposed to, how in the world does love win over that stuff? Because love ain't all through my algorithms. Love ain't always showing up all through the conversations that I'm having. Love isn't always showing up where I'm at. So how do you show love? Well, I remember that there were times when I was not my best. I remember that there were times where I was not so gracious. I remember there were times where I didn't deserve to be properly, treated or whatever. And yet there was somebody who showed up and still offered me the opportunity and the chance to be loved. I mean, man, think of how crazy that is. So then can I not remember that and then show it back in other times? And so I think yesterday I had, y'all know the work I do. Community Healing Resource Center. Shout out if you need, counseling, or if you've experienced violence or anything else like that, we can get you to some help that you might need. And we try to get people to the help and things that they need, get them pointed in the direction of that. We try to show up on the scene when stuff happens, and try to work and be a liaison with the police, even, and with community groups and all that kind of stuff. We do all that kind of stuff like that. So yesterday, anyways, that's the work that I do. But yesterday we were at at one of the organizations that we work alongside. We go there a lot of times and we deal with these people, and I'm sitting there, I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking to them, I'm telling them about some different services and stuff like that, trying to get him to some help that he needs. He's trying to turn his life around, trying to better it up. And I'm just showing love. I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden somebody jumps up and, "You don't know me, mother." Like, it's a soup kitchen that I'm at, right? It's essentially a soup kitchen that I was at. And so, soup kitchens bring in the audiences and populations that they bring in. And if you've never worked at a soup kitchen, just go to one. If you've never been to a soup kitchen, I would recommend everybody goes to a soup kitchen at least once or twice in your life, and just see what it is when life is being lived in its rawest form. And so I'm sitting there, I'm talking to somebody, and all I hear is just out of nowhere, somebody jump up, "You don't know me, mother. You don't know me." So we look over like, what the world is going on over there? And this guy done started cussing this lady out. Like, apparently they were neighbors, they know each other, all that. They got a little bit of a history. And so all of that is going on. And so now, of course, the workers come out. I sent one of my workers over just to help it out, because now these old ladies, not old ladies. Let me not say old ladies. Lord Jesus, I'm so sorry, Miss Vic. I did not mean to call y'all old. You are not an old lady, but these seasoned saints who just trying to do the work of the Lord, trying to feed the people. Shout out to Tiffany. Hey, trying to feed the people. They were just trying to feed the people. They just trying to create a space that's a safe space and all of that. And here they are, and all of a sudden this fight about to break out, and he going off and all this other stuff like that. He's a little drunk, a little high, all that. So I sent one of my workers, he's a bigger guy. I sent him over there. I'm like, "Hey man, just go help them out." Just, guy jumping on the girl, and I'm trying to talk to this guy over here. So then when I get done talking to him, I go over and I'm talking about how love can be shown, how love was shown, and how love ended up winning. And so she is on edge now. And "How you gonna tell me?" And because now they trying to calm both of them down. She's like, "How you gonna correct me? I'm the victim here. Like, he jumped up. I didn't say nothing to this man. I ain't do nothing to him. I didn't even look at him. He just jumped up. And for 3 years, he been agitating me and this, that, and the other." And we just like, hey. So now she's on edge, and my guy's trying to help the situation and calm it. And she just on edge. I mean, and I get it. She just got cussed out in front of everybody out of nowhere. And I'm talking out of nowhere. I mean, it was quiet. It was like people are just laughing and just eating what they had, mashed potatoes, some cabbage, and some burgers and stuff. People just eating their food at the soup kitchen, just enjoying their little afternoon. And this just came out of nowhere. She just minding her business, and so now she's on edge. She's hey, I like, what the, and and she going off. She just, how come this, that, and the other? I don't understand why he did that. All, I mean, just on edge. I mean, she's standing up at this point and all this other stuff like that. So, I go over there and I'm just, trying to be just a presence. I go and I go over there now. I'm just over there now. I'm over there. And, I just felt like going over there. I just felt like that was my thing to do. I felt like that was just for me to go over there and just be there with her. So I was like, "What's your name? What's your," so she looking like, "Nigga, who is you?" Because I don't know her, she don't know me. Who is you? If there's anybody that didn't really know her, it's me, right? So and so she gave me kind of a look or whatever. So she's still going off this, that, and the other. And then just in that moment, as she's just doing that, and I'm just looking in her eyes, and I just said, "Come on, mama, let me give you a hug." She's a little bit older. I said, "Come on, man." I call everybody mama. Everybody's a mama to me. Your mama, hey, mama, come on. So I was, "Hey, mama, come on. Can I just give you a hug? Let me just give you a hug." I gave her a hug, and when I say, she just broke down crying in my arms. Just broke down crying. Just feeling a moment of love. Feeling them, and this happened yesterday. They were talking yesterday afternoon, like not even 24 hours ago. Like just showing her love. And so after that, the situation started. Now, mind you, we're standing up now at this point, and everything's on edge. Everything is heightened right now, including our elevation because we're standing up. So everything's on edge. I give her a hug, and so now I say, "Hey, look, you come on." I see she's still trying to eat. She still got food on her plate. I say, "Hey, what you want? Sit down, finish eating your food. Like, I'm not here to correct you or nothing like that. I just wanted to come make sure you're okay. That's all I want to make sure. Like, I know that just happened out of nowhere. I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you cool? You feel safe?" As I was hugging, I said, I asked her that first when I was hugging. I said, just want to make sure you feel safe. Are you okay? You feel safe? You feel all right? So after that, the situation starts to de-escalate a little bit. Now I see she got food on her plate. Hey, why don't you sit down and eat? And I was a little tired. I said, my feet hurt. I want to sit down too. Like, so we sat there, and for the next hour, I just sat there and just talked to her. Just sat there and just talked. And it went from all of that escalation to being laughs and jokes and just listening to her story and where she came from. She done showed me all her scars where she had surgeries and then told me a little bit about her history. She done put me on some stuff, showed me on something on Facebook. And these are my daughters and they this, that, and the other. And, oh, yeah, she does music and she sings. And we just going and just having a conversation. We stayed in there till the soup kitchen was closed and they had to put us out. That was like just having a moment to just talk to somebody. Just a moment to talk to somebody. Something that was an escalated situation turned into laughs and jokes and hugs and tears and all of that just to listen. I didn't go over there. Let me tell you what I didn't go over there with a Bible ready. Well, what you need to do is put it all in God's hands because God got you and you need to just I didn't do none of that. Tell me a little bit about you. Tell me, no. Now, hold on, wait. Now I'm all in your business now. I'll be saying stuff like that to people. I'm asking questions. I'm all in your business right now, but you ain't got to answer that. No. I got this. I got the stuff. You getting up, showing me. No. Look, I'm mobile again. I did all of this time. And made a new friend just in that moment, just showing love. Let me get another story. I'm going to just tell y'all some stories for me when love wins, when love was able to win. There was a lady, and I can't find her, my friend Diane. If anybody, and I'm just going to put this one out there. I'm going to put this out there because I cannot get in contact with her. I don't know where she is, but I got one of my homies. Her name is Diane. She used to be a panhandler right there off of 112th and what is that? Marshfield, I guess that would be where the Family Dollar is in Chicago, Southside, Morgan Park, right there by the tracks. And she used to stand out there every day collecting change as cars would go. Y'all know panhandlers, y'all know what they do. And so every day I would see you every single day because I got to go past her every single day right outside of Family Dollar. I will see all the time. Her name is Diane. If anybody knows what Diane is, if you ever have come that way, and I'm just putting it out there, most of y'all that's listening right now probably don't know, but somebody might be back in the comments later and watch this and be like, oh yeah, I know Diane. And I really hope so because I haven't seen Diane since last year and I hope she's all right. I hope she's well. But anyways, me and Diane sparked up a little friendship because one day I was rolling past her. I was coming down the side street right there. What street is that? I can't even think. I never think what that street is called. But anyways, I'm rolling down the side street and I just decided to pull over one day and I got out the car. Yeah, I be doing stuff like this, y'all. So y'all know, like my wife be getting mad at me sometimes because she be like, you can't do that with everybody. You can't just and I still do. But I got out the car and I just went out there and I was like, what's your name? Like I just sat there, started talking to her. So it would be times where I would go out, I would grab some food or something like that. I remember she was out there because she's asking for, for money and stuff like that. Need something. So I asked, I said, you had something to eat? Well, I happen to have some snacks and stuff from another, I don't remember if it was a support group or something that we had done. So I had some stuff at the office. So I rolled back over to the office. I grabbed some waters and some other stuff, some snacks, some stuff I'd at least have, I said, I ain't got no money, but I at least can go grab that for you. So I put a little package together for her, brought it back out there and just sat out there, just talked to her, listened to her story. Heard that we laughed, cried, did all that together. I didn't want nothing from her. I wasn't looking for nothing. I wasn't, I wasn't trying to, well, you need to come over to my church and you need to, I wasn't doing nothing like that. I invited her, hey, listen, come see me sometime. She never did. Every time I saw her, it was because I came where she was. And there would be days I would go out there. I just, I'd leave from Wendy's or whatever. Or a lot of times I'll go to Jewel because Jewel is right over there, Marshfield Plaza. And Jewel I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Jewel got some of the best chicken wings. Listen, go on Monday on Cheap Chicken Monday. Jewel got some of the best chicken wings. So I would grab chicken. I would just, I bring some out there. We just sit out there, grab a Pepsi or something like that, and we would just sit out there and talk and laugh. And she had to get up every now and again when the car stopped, go take a cup out there, ask for change, and I just sit there eating my chicken wings till she come back around. And then we'll sit there, and every time I will see her, I can hear her voice now. Hey, Zeke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I yelling out the window if I'm driving past her, I honk my horn. Hey, Diane. She'll be like, hey, Zeke. And she'll come over there. Hey, you all right today? Are you safe? Are you all right? But, like, people need love. You know what I found out? And this is oftentimes, and I'm kind of harking in on people who maybe aren't the most loved in society. There's what is his name? Lord have mercy. I want to call him, Lord have mercy, I want to call him Peanut Butter, but I know that's not right. But another dude that I only see him every now and again, so I don't know. But, I always see all these different people sometimes. I remember my friend Jermaine from years ago. He used to be right there on 95th and Stony Island. Every time I see him, we would just spark up a conversation, and we couldn't spark up long because I got to turn. I got to go on the expressway. I got places to be. But, and I was just asking simple questions. How are you? How are you doing? How's everything? And you know what I found out? I learned this from Father Flager years ago, actually. I found out that oftentimes the people who are the least loved, that's the only thing they really want. Have you ever considered this? And I'm talking certain populations right now, but I'll flip it in a second here. But you know how we be driving in the city, we get off the expressway and somebody's right at your window. Can you give me a little something? Y'all know how we do, right? So y'all know what we do. Let the window up, turn around, start looking at our cell phone. Y'all know how we do. Don't we do this? Ain't that what we do? Like, try to avoid them until they move along. You know what I found out? I found out that a lot of people understand and get it. Like, people who are panhandlers, they get it. You might not have it's 2025. You ain't got to chase. Some of them got Cash App. They'll ask you for your Cash App. But they'll show you that code. But look, I ain't got nothing. I can't give you nothing today. Silver and gold have I none. But I tell you what I do have. I got love for you. I got enough love for you to at least ask you how you're doing. And for a lot of folks, this is what I found out. Sometimes that's all they want. They want to know that you see them as a human being. People want to know that you see them as a human being. I think what love does, and the reason love wins when you show love, is that at its core, it acknowledges the humanity of somebody else. It's so easy to be in a situation and to strip away humanity so that you can maintain anger, so that you can maintain your own viewpoint, so that you can maintain whatever it is. It's so easy to strip away the humanity of another person. You know what I mean? So that you can be a Joe puffed up, high and mighty self. It's so easy to do that. I'm guilty of it too. I get it. I do. I talk about people sometimes too. Listen. Sometimes I got to correct myself. We all human. It happens. But at its core, do you at least see the humanity in somebody else? I think this is why love ultimately wins, because love is about recognizing the humanity in somebody else. The humanity in somebody else, regardless of their condition. Yeah, so what? They got some addictions. Yeah, so what? They messed up. So what? They not where you think they should be. So what? They still walking the earth. They still living. They still breathing. They still eat. When they get done eating, they still got to go somewhere and defecate. Like, if you cut them, they'll still bleed. If you know what I mean? They're human. They're human. And so when you acknowledge the humanity in somebody else, it's kind of hard not to love when you recognize the humanity in somebody else. And so I found out that a lot of times folks don't necessarily all the time. I mean, they want you to put something in their cup. They want you to give them some money. They want that, but they understand when you don't have it. But when you cease to recognize the humanity in them, when you fail, should I say, when you fail to recognize the humanity in them, That's the most cutting thing. And so imagine that you're in that same position. Maybe you're homeless. Maybe you've messed up. Maybe you've not. And so now you've been shunned by all of society. People won't even look at you in your eye and just say hi. So even when I don't have money, when I'm on the side of the road and I pull, I'm pulling up off the expressway or something, and I at least be like, hey man, how you doing? You all right out here? You safe out here? You good? I ain't got no money for you today, but I want to just say, how you doing? You okay? You good? What's your name? Oh, okay. Good to meet you, man. Hey, my name is Zeke. Hey, look, if you listen, I do got an office right over here. You can come check me out, man. If you need some water or something like that, you good? Nah, bro, I'm good. Nah, bro, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? It's been so many times. One thing I love about my wife, I've seen her do this a number of times. I've seen her go and get a hot meal and take it back to somebody. I've seen her go and do like we've done that so many times. It's been a number of times. I just took somebody that was just took them to like, hey, look, man, I'm going to Burger King. You want something to eat? Hey, why don't you sit down and eat with me? Just take a load off, man. Just what was we just at? This just happened actually. Oh, I'm trying to think of where this was. We were at a restaurant. It was a fast food restaurant, and my man's was out there. And they wouldn't let him in. I said, this happened actually twice because this happened at Jewel too. And I was like, hey man, you was like, man, look, I ain't want no money. I just need something to eat, man. Hey, well, come on in here. I'm about to it was at Jewel. I'm about to give me some chicken. You want something? No, tell them what you want. Get whatever you want. You sure that's enough? Like you said you ain't got no food. You sure that's no, okay, that's cool. He was like, man, I gotta use the bathroom too, like because they wouldn't let him in the store because he wasn't buying nothing. He wasn't a customer. I was like, you a customer now. You got here's the receipt. If they got a question, then you go ahead and do what you need to do. You a customer now. You can do right, like just showing that love. You be surprised how far that goes. I want to challenge you. And I'm using for lack of a better term, certain populations right now in my conversation. But how many times it don't even got to be somebody who's homeless, somebody who's panhandling. It don't even got to be that. How many times was it just somebody who the rest of your group looked down on? How many times has there been somebody who the rest of your community looked down on? How many times were you at church and because somebody messed up, everybody else looked at them like, see, I ain't got time to mess with them. I ain't got time for them. How many times has something like that happened and everybody else turned their back? I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you as Lockstars, as the Lockstar president. I'm deeming myself the Lockstar president, like y'all didn't vote for me. I just took the presidency. No, real talk though. Like, I'm going to challenge you. Like when people need to see love, need to feel love, need to be shown love, are you able to be that person who can do that? Are you able to be that person? Maybe you don't got no money, but maybe you got, maybe you got $5 extra and you can get somebody a meal real quick. And then you can sit down with them and, now be safe, be wise, be smart. I don't know that I've always been the wisest with it, but God has always had my back. So I guess I'll go with that. You know what I mean? But how many times, like I said, have I taken somebody and just been like, man, I'm trying to remember where else this happened. I know it happened in Jewel, but it just happened recently somewhere else. My God, the fact that I can't remember this. I feel like, I don't think it was at Wendy's. This was because I had to leave. I had to go. It was like the same thing with Jewel. Jewel is in and out. But I don't remember where this was. But bought them some food and stuff like that. They didn't want them in there. If you're not a customer and somebody, they don't want you in there. But it was like, no. You got food. Sit down. Take a load off. Eat. Get cooled off. It was a hot day. That's why I remember. It was a hot day. It was like a month ago. Where was this at? Hopefully I'll remember by the time we come back from the break. But I'm challenging you though. Like, that's not important because I've done it so many times. Like, like show love to somebody. Pass love forward. Like, get to know somebody. See the humanity in somebody. Just ask somebody how they're doing. Today, when you're getting off the expressway, if you live in a big city, you get off the expressway and somebody's coming up asking for money. Maybe you ain't got no money to give them. But you do have at least your mouthpiece that can say, hey, hi, how are you today? Are you safe? You all right? Hey, what's your name? Acknowledge the humanity in somebody. If you don't feel like doing all that, at least wave at them. Look them in their eye. Just look them right in their eye. Wave at them, eye to eye, heart to heart. Recognize somebody in their humanity? Who's been shunned in your neighborhood? Recognize them. Who's been shunned in your community, your circle, your friends group? Recognize them. Have some humanity and recognize the humanity in others. That's my challenge to y'all. That's the challenge. Like, love wins in those situations. Situations get de-escalated. People they begin to gain a trust for you. And it didn't take a whole bunch. Didn't have to give some of these people anything. Just had to look them in their eye and recognize their humanity. Simple as that. I mean, really, honestly, as simple in a world that will strip you of your humanity because you don't produce the way they think you should produce. What happens when enough people, and there's a groundswell of enough people who just simply say, I love you just because you're a human being. I don't know nothing about you. I don't know what you got going on. Hopefully you can fix it and work it out. That's between you and God. But ain't you a human? Ain't I a human? Ain't you a man? Ain't I a man? Ain't you a woman? Ain't I? I see your humanity, man. I love you, man. You good? Hug somebody today. You know, maybe you're not the kind that likes to hug. At least shake their hand. Dap it up with them, you know, elbow to elbow. Do something, but recognize the humanity. I promise you, it always wins. I promise you, it always wins. Let's do this real quick. We're going to take a music break. I'm a little bit over. We did get a little bit of a late start today, but that's all right. That's all right. Hold on. Let me see here. I want to see a couple of comments, and then we'll take a break. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're going to make it work. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, there we go. Let me say a couple of hellos right here real quick. I saw Rhonda on the rocks come in. Hey, Rhonda. Y'all say what's up to Miss Rhonda on the rocks. And Bronya was talking about that pastoral the pastoral installation. Oh, yeah. I think you're right. I think it was somewhere in Mississippi. It was somewhere in the South. But yeah. Rhonda laughing at maybe he actually didn't know. Yeah, see? Look at Hood. Yo. Here it goes. Hood. Good morning, everyone. How about that? Let's see here. Look at my mama-in-law. She says it's okay, son. It's okay to say we old. Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna call y'all old. And there's the mama right there. Miss Sherry going back to class. So we're gonna tell her, wish her well as she's going into our pyro class. That's what's up. And look, y'all, it's my mommy, my mother, Dr. Lisa Dyson. That's my mama, y'all. That's my mama saying good morning to me and all the Lock Stars. And she loves us. And let me tell y'all something. My mama really does love people. This is why I learned love. I learned love from my parents. I watched how they showed love to people. I watched how they gave love away. I watched how they gave money away. I watched how they gave food away. I watched how they gave people opportunities even when they didn't deserve it. I watched all of that happen in real time. It takes a real strong individual. It just takes a strong individual to have enough love for other people. Somebody who really loves themselves. Because again, you got to love yourself before you can show love to others. And some of our problem is that we don't love ourselves enough. We don't have enough love for ourselves. And that's why some of us struggle to show love to anybody else. I played this song yesterday. I'm going to play it again today. Speaking of loving ourselves. When we come back, we'll talk about, what are we talking about when we get back here? Maybe I should look at it before I tell y'all. Yeah, we'll reflect on the times when grace was missing. We'll pick up this conversation after this song. But like I said, you got to love yourself. So I'm going to play this song by Andre Henry. It's called Love Myself. And listen to the words. Just honestly, take a minute. I know it's a music break and we're going to get up and get our coffee and all that stuff, but turn your speakers up and listen to the words of this. These words minister to me. I love this song by Andre Henry. It's called Love Myself. Listen to the words. Just listen to the words. Just really honest to God. Let the words settle. I don't know if it's your style of music or not, but listen to the lyrics and let the lyrics settle in. And we'll be right back in just about 2.5 or so minutes, okay? Let these lyrics settle for you.
I want to love myself without needing someone else to say it to me. I want to love myself without needing someone's help to show it to me. Cause I can be mean in my mind, beat myself up all the time with awful thoughts, and I can eat myself alive. I'm gonna try, it's gonna be an awkward talk, but I love you, I don't say it enough. I love who you are, who you become. Don't know why I cannot hear it unless it comes from someone else, but I'ma find a way to finally feel it when I say it to myself. When I say it to myself, I want to be someone who's not swayed by opinions, to be me authentically without apology. I want my heart to soar without being insecure and pointing out what's wrong with me, cause sometimes subconsciously, yeah, I can be mean in my mind, beat myself up all the time with awful thoughts, and I can eat myself alive. I'm gonna try, it's gonna be an awkward talk, but I love you, I don't say it enough. I love who you are, who you become. Don't know why I cannot hear it unless it comes from someone else, but I'ma find a way to find and feel it when I say it to myself. When I say it to myself, when I say it to myself, oh yeah, when I say it to myself.
That song, I love the lyrics to that song. Did y'all hear the lyrics? This is live, but you can always rewind and, you know, go back and listen to it again. That song, or you can look it up. His name is Andre Henry. The song is called Love Myself. Lyrically, I want to be someone without, I don't know words. We need somebody what's wrong with it. I know the words when I hear it, but I don't want to be swayed by the opinions of other people. I want to love myself, even if nobody else says it to me. I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, I love myself. I love myself. And I'm going to ask y'all that. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, I love you? When was the last time you looked in the mirror? I'm looking in the mirror right now. I see myself. Hey, Zeke, what's up, man? I love you. When was the last time you said that? When was the last time you said that to yourself? I love you. When was the last time you, honest to God, like just, when was the last time you did that? And then on the flip side of that, when was the last time you looked at somebody, looked them right in the eye and said, I love you? You know what I hate about guys a lot of times is we don't like to tell other guys, hey man, I love you, bro. Love you, bro. Hey, love, man. Love, like we, you know, everybody worried about, oh man, pause. Oh man, that's oh no. You said I love you, man. Pause. That's gay. Oh, shut up. Shut up with that. The devil is like, love is the thing. Love is the key. Love is the winner. And you don't know if that one time you told somebody you love them, the only time they heard it last 10 or 15 years. You don't know. You so worried about image and opinion, swayed by love is the key, man. And oftentimes we don't show enough grace. Let me say a couple of hellos here real quick. Look who it is, y'all. It's Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. I showed y'all my mama. I showed y'all my mama-in-law. Now I'm showing you Rondo on the Rocks mama, saying good morning to everybody. And hold on, I got to ring my gong for this one. She says it's another True Transparent Thursday. Yeah, I got to ring my gong for that one. Yes. Be true and transparent with God and yourself. We got to be transparent and true with both of them. Ain't it weird that we try to lie to ourselves, we try to lie to God, and ironically, those are the true people in the world who know the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Ain't it weird that we try to lie to God and we try to lie to ourselves about stuff, even though we, again, ironically, those are the only true people out of everybody that knows the truth about really what's going on with you. So, true, be transparent with God and yourself. I love that. That's good wisdom. You'll begin to operate with peace in the midst of chaos and storm. And she's saying, may the grace and peace of God be with all of y'all today. And look, y'all, it's my wife, y'all. There's my baby girl. There she is. I love y'all. Know she's sitting up in a hospital bed right now. So y'all say some prayers for her. Y'all say hello to her. She can use the love. She can use the love. I actually didn't get a chance to see her yesterday. But my mother-in-law was there, and today I'm gonna try to get up there today. I got a lot of stuff I got to do today, so I'm trying to get up there as well today. But I might end up missing one more day. That's the nature of it. But y'all show her some love. You know, we need that. But there she is right there. Y'all give it up for my wife. Yes. So, when was the last time you looked at yourself, told yourself that you love yourself? When was the last time you looked at yourself and told yourself, I love you? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said it? When was the last time? This may be a challenge. I don't even think I've ever done it. I've never done it. I'm just thinking about it right now. So maybe I'll try this out. Maybe this is something good to try out. So wake up in the morning and say, good morning. I love you. Just to yourself. Just telling yourself you love you. I've just never anything I've ever done. But I'm going to try it out. See what that feels like. That's, be true and transparent with yourself, like Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen said. And maybe some of the true transparency I need to hear just out loud. Because, like Donald Lawrence wrote, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Yeah, sometimes you have to encourage your own self. Sometimes you have to love your own self, because then you can spread that same kind of love to somebody else. I was talking about before that last break, before that last musical song, that last musical selection, I was talking about, showing love to the folks that be on the side of the street and all that, and we do that thing that we all do. There's that thing we all do. We driving in our cars and we see them coming with the cup. We see them walking up with that cup to ask for something, and we let the window up, we turn around, and then they come, some people that come look right at your window or whatever, you hope they'll walk by. You hope they'll just pass you by. But some of them that stand there, especially if it's one of them bucket boys, they'll stand there with the bucket and start beating on the thing right outside your window. You be like, no. Right? We do all that kind of stuff like that. My challenge to you is to show some grace with that. Or maybe you come from a tradition, a religious tradition where you partook, and we talked about this yesterday when I said I'm tired of this church. Like we partook where you partook in maybe some shunning or something like that. And grace wasn't really shown. Have there been times in your life where you were the perpetrator of a lack of grace? Think about it for a minute. Just think about it for a second. Just let it settle, Well, you were the perpetrator. Now, this is what real maturity looks like when you start looking at yourself. I just saw on Facebook, DJ Miles Franklin, he posted something. Let me see if I can find it. I won't be able to find it. It just reset itself. I ain't even going to try. He said something along the lines of real maturity is when you stop blaming others and you take the accountability yourself. That's a sign of maturity or real growth. He said something like that. Look up DJ Miles Franklin. You'll see the post on this page. But anyways, have you been a perpetrator of the very grace that you were once upon a time in need of? A perpetrator of a lack of grace. Let me correct that. Have you been the perpetrator of a lack of showing grace, where you denied grace, the very grace that you needed? And it's so crazy to me because we all need grace. I mean, we all mess up. All of us F up. It just is what it is. It happens. Like all my scripture readers, we all have sinned, fallen short of the glory of God. And I know there's some context that goes behind that, but just take that context, extract it for a minute. Just take that statement, extract it for a minute, and apply it to your everyday life. There are probably some times, I know I got plenty of them. Listen, if y'all ain't gonna admit to it, I will be vulnerable and admit it. Y'all know I get on here, tell all my business. So I got to watch my mouth sometimes so I can protect the innocent, and sometimes protecting the guilty. But I know there are many times where I was not very well at giving grace. I remember, sometimes you'd be frustrated. Sometimes it's something that's going on. My parents were here recently. and there was a girl who parked, and we pulled up the car, my wife, me, my dad, my mom, and we pulled up. That's when my parents were here in March, I think. And we pulled up to our parking lot in the backyard, and a car was parked in my spot. Now, I already get mad because sometimes my neighbors, I love them, they're good people, but sometimes they be doing some stupid stuff, like blocking off the alley, because we park in the alley. They be blocking off the alley and doing other stuff like that, Sometimes they be, or pulling up in your drive, like pulling up in our drive and park. You be like, yo, move your car. Why is your car here? So here we come, pulling up into the parking spot, and I can't park in my parking spot because here goes somebody else's car. Now, I told y'all I live on a complex, and so other people are allowed to park there, but people who live there. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to go drive around, try to find a spot in the front. I'm about to drive, I'm let everybody off in the back because they can go through the back door. They ain't got to walk all the way around. I'll move the car. But I see somebody come walking down the alley, and then they come to get in their car, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't." And I'm like, who are you even? Like, don't live there. I know all my neighbors. Don't live there. Don't know where she's from. She's walking down the alley, coming out of somebody else's yard, and so she's going to get a car. I'm like, move! Like, why are you here? Like, I just snapped on her. I just because it was already late. I'm like, why are you here? I'm trying to park my car, and I just snapped on her. I just like, move your car, woman. Like, who are you? Why are you here? And, then my parents, my wife, and everybody, of course, was like, you didn't have to snap on her like that. You didn't have to do her that way. You didn't have to say that. And, of course, I was like, no, she should have been parked there. These neighbors be always parking there, and they always got they doing this, that, and the other. And then they said, look like she might have been homeless. Like she had a lot of stuff in the back of her car, and this, that, and other. And I'm going, I don't know how homeless she was because she coming out of somebody's yard. And still to this day, I think she was coming out of somebody else's yard. But I didn't show much grace in that situation. I really did not. I did not show much grace. And so I said, if I see her again, I would apologize for snapping off on her. That don't park your car in my spot no more. Don't do that. But I could have showed a little bit of grace. I could have checked that, made sure everything was okay. I could have done, sometimes you got to check yourself where grace needs to be shown. But, I think about it. What if I was in that same position? Here's something y'all might not have known about me. There was about a 2-month period of time where I didn't have nowhere to go. I lost my apartment. That was going through some stuff, me and the landlord. And then I decided, you know what? I'm leaving. I left and I didn't have nowhere to go. I had to throw all of my stuff into a storage unit, and I was Lyft driving at the time. And here's Zeke making everybody feel good, doing all that stuff like that. But that wasn't 2 months. That's not right. That was pretty long, but it was maybe about 3.5 weeks or so. And I didn't really have nowhere to go. And I was Lyft driving. I would always get up early and make those airport runs. And I was sleeping in my car. Or I would crash at somebody's house, or I would, my girlfriend at the time, I would go to her house, or I would go stay at my parents or something. But that was a long drive. I had to go all the way back to my hometown to do all of that. I was in my own car, though. I was sleeping Midway Airport in the Lyft driver's lot because I had the Lyft driver sticker. I just took that sticker off my car. I ain't Lyft drove in like 7 years, and I just took that sticker off my car. It took forever to get it off, but it was all cracked up and brittle, But I had nowhere to go, and so what would it be like if somebody would have came through and told me I had to move and I had nowhere to go? I would have had to just drive through all night. Maybe I would have had to pull up in some back alley, some spot that looked like it was going to be a safe spot to be, some parking lot or something, and just hope that nobody would try to rob me or carjack me with all my stuff in the car. You know what I mean? And I'm talking like going to what's the place? The truck stop. Pilot. Is it Pilot? Yeah, Pilot. Yeah, the Pilot station. Like, I'm talking about going there to get in the shower, like paying the little $10 or whatever it was to take a shower, or having a gym membership. So I was going and it hit me. Like, if it wouldn't have been for grace of others, I would have been in a different situation. So what's wrong with me showing that same kind of grace to somebody else? you know? And I'm asking y'all that question. How many times were you the recipient of a very grace that you refused to give somebody else? How many times were you without a meal? Didn't know how you was going to eat. Didn't know how you was going to, like, you needed that love to be shown to you. But then when you had an overabundance of it, you refused to give it to somebody who you know needed it. I told y'all one of the things I love about my wife. I've seen her do that a number of times, and she don't get mad at me when I be doing stuff like that. Like she don't, like when I be like, she just be like, "Babe, you got to be careful," like because I give people rides. People be all in the car, like I be sitting down eating with folks, standing outside talking to folks in neighborhoods I ain't from, like. Right. And she be, you can't do that all the time. I be, but one of the things I love about her, she don't get mad about it all. She, but I've seen her do that. Go in and buy people food, give people money, do all that. I've seen her do that kind of stuff like that. But again, like how many times was I in need myself? Somebody to show me some love. How many times was I the wrongdoer in a situation? And people had every reason to toss me out. Get rid of me, tell me, nah, I ain't rocking with you no more. I ain't fooling with you no more, bro. I you hurt my feelings. You did that. And they had every right to castigate me, push me away, set me aside, not deal with me no more. But that's not what I got. That's not what I received. But how many times did I do the same thing? You know what I mean? Like, and that's my honest to God question to y'all. Like, have you ever sat back and just thought about it like that? How many times did I not have a coat in the wintertime and somebody made sure that I stayed warm? But then when I got 27 coats sitting in my closet, I couldn't even give just one of them to somebody. Like, you know what I mean? How many times was that the case? How many times was that the case for you? And I keep asking that question, but is that love at all? Is that love at all? Is that love? Is that real love? Is that real love? Isn't it a bit audacious when you think about this? Isn't it a bit audacious to expect that somebody would give us that kind of a love and that kind of a grace? Because it's always interesting. Whenever we in need, we expect the whole world to come running to us. Man, listen, I told y'all yesterday, I'm tired of this church. Like the people in church world sometimes got a lot to say, especially some preachers, some pastors. And I've seen it with my own 2 eyes and my own 2 ears. I've witnessed it. I've heard it. I've seen it all the time. Preachers going off on somebody, going off on situations from the pulpit, telling how you ain't saved, you ain't together, you don't need to do this and that and the other because you got this in your life and you got that going on. And then something happens in their family. All of a sudden, they real humble. All of a sudden, they get real humble, telling you can't mourn the death of your people. You can't mourn your loss until they lose somebody. Now they want you to have compassion for them, telling you that you need to leave your child alone because they was gay or something like that. I've seen this. They don't need to be coming. Like, you need to show them some tough love until their son came out the closet. Well, no, y'all just pray for us during this time while our family situates it. No. Why don't you do the same thing? And no, please don't do the same thing. Please don't take your advice because your advice was bad. It was horrible. It was stupid and it was dumb. It was unloving. And so please don't take your own advice. But now you got a taste of the medicine that you tried to give somebody else. How many times because your daughter got pregnant out of wedlock? And so you decided, first when somebody else is, I'm telling you, I've seen this so many times. You need to sit her down and you need to do this. And then your daughter showed up because her legs been open. And now you all of a sudden got humbled. All of a sudden. How many times did you talk about that person for being a cheater and cheating on his wife and doing all that? And we can't fellowship with them no more. And we gonna die and just left them hanging. And then something came out about you because your side piece popped up with a big belly baby bump. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and now all of a sudden you humble. No, I think it's good to be proactive with grace. It's good to be proactive with love. It's good to be proactive with making somebody feel, again, human, because we all are about this close to messing up. Like, I'm saying, because you catch me at the wrong time, catch me on the wrong day in the wrong moment when there's a lot going on in my head, and I might say something to you that you don't want to hear. I might be like, man, leave me alone, bro. I ain't trying to hear that right now. And you just, hey, man, I was just asking, did you want a Oreo? I was just asking, did you want an Oreo? Man, get out of here with all that. I ain't got time. But then when I go to offer somebody something and they, man, I ain't got time for all that. I mean, hey, bro, you ain't got to. It's good to be pro, because we all have it within us to be able to mess up, to slip up, to hurt somebody, to hurt their heart, to hurt their feelings, to hurt their. We all have the capacity to do that. And that means that because of that, because we're human and because we ain't perfect, since we had a capacity to do it, there's going to come a time where you will do it. You will snap off on somebody when they didn't deserve it. You will throw somebody aside when they didn't deserve it. You will trip up. You just will. It happens. I'm not saying look for the times when you're gonna do it. I'm not saying actively attempt to do it or be like, well, I ain't snapped off on nobody in a while, so I need to go ahead and take my moment to snap off on it. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying you might have a bad day. You might have a bad. So you might have that happen. You got the capacity, which means it's more than possible. It's probable. Remember that from Pursuit of Happiness, when he was trying to explain to his son the difference between that which is possible and that which is probable. I'm going to say that there's going to be times where people should probably throw you aside. It's probable. Sometimes you just get the wrong information. You just don't understand what's going on. And so you're reacting based on what you think it is, and you jump to a conclusion, or maybe you drew a conclusion, but you didn't have all the relevant information. And so you did what you thought was right in the moment, only to go back and realize, oh, what I thought was right then actually wasn't right. See, it's probable as humans, and you're going to need some grace. So what's wrong with recognizing that if it's probable for you, it's probable for somebody else? And so being proactive to love them, even in that, grace wins, love wins, but you have to be willing to extend it. You have to be willing to give that over. And again, if you don't see it for somebody else, at least be willing to recognize it, mature enough to recognize it within ourselves that, yes, I've had times where I messed up. I've had times where I slipped up. I've had times where I dropped the ball. I've had times where I jumped to a conclusion. I've had times where I made a choice and all the information wasn't there. So I made the choice that was right in the moment, but I look back over it and I realize now that that wasn't necessarily right. And so because that could happen to me, because I'm human and I see the humanity in you, and I know that it's the humanity in me that made me mess up, because ain't that the first thing we always say? I'm only human. They're only human. I'm just a man. They're just a man. I can't get it right all the time. They can't get it right all the time. You see what I'm saying? What's right, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like if it worked, like if something, you see what I mean? And so, I got situations, again, I'll be vulnerable. I got situations like where I struggle to forgive it, or I struggle to reach back out, or I got my own stuff that I got to deal with too. So I'm actively working on this as well. But again, little by little, if nothing else, step by step, if nothing else, heal how you need to heal, do what you need to do, but don't strip away people's humanity. At least start there. That's what the reality of love does. Love takes from your humanity, looks and sees the humanity in somebody else, and then begins to operate from there. And so if nothing else, at least don't strip away somebody's humanity. If nothing else, don't strip away the humanity is somewhere. Y'all know what I'm saying? Let's look at some of these comments right here. Look at that. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen saying hey to my wife. Hold on a second. Let me start a little bit of a music track. I should have did that first. Okay. All right. Saying hi to my wife. is right there. Good to see you today. Look what my mother says. Forgive. Remember so you don't repeat the same issue. But forgive. It's the ultimate act of grace and love. Look at Abronia. I get it. You being honest just like me. Forgiveness being the biggest struggle. Yeah. And for many of us, it is. Forgiveness is the biggest because you hurt me and I'm mad. I'm wearing that trauma. I'm wearing that pain. And it's okay to sort through that, I think. I think it's all right to sort through that. I think it's all right to do that. But what I don't think is all right is to strip away people's humanity. Because even if we struggle with the forgiveness, I ain't gonna say even if you struggle, even if we struggle, because I struggle with it too. Even if we struggle with forgiveness, because you know how it is, we try to give our best to people often. Most of us are good people, and we try to give most people. Some of y'all, I don't know about y'all. So I don't know about some of y'all, but most of us are good people, and we want the best for people, and we give and we give and we give and we give and we give, and then you get asked to forgive because after all that you've given, somebody just does you so wrong. Like, you know, so it's hard to forgive after you've done all you can to give. But at the very least, one thing that we should at least remember, at the very least, I think, is to keep somebody's humanity intact. Remember someone's humanity. They're still a human. The earth, for my Christians, the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. Y'all feel me? They that dwell therein, which means every human belongs to God. They've got a little piece of God inside of them, just like you do. And if I can see that, what's that song say? The Jesus in me loves the Jesus in you. Or for the Christian, the God in me loves the God in you. In other words, the human in me loves the human in you. And even if I ain't got it all the way right just yet, at least I won't strip you of your humanity. At least I won't strip you of your humanity. Maybe we can start there. That's what we're talking about, how love wins, y'all. We're going to take a quick break right here. Just a one song break. How about Safety? How about Safety by Blanca? I think that's a good song right there. Let's lighten it up a little bit. I just said a whole lot. Let's lighten up. Everybody take a woosah moment. Go get you some coffee. Go get you some water. And then let's do that. And when we come back, we're going to come back with Pastor Rich Holmes. And we're going to talk about maybe some practical ways we can show love. I know he did a sermon one time called The Power of Love. And so maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. But there's love that you can show. How can you show love, man? How can you show love? So here's Blanca. We'll be right back after this.
In times of trouble, God, you've been my shelter. When the world's shaking from all of the pressure, come rain or shine, I'm covered through whatever weather. You are my refuge from now till forever. You've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with you, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety. There's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. Yeah, my life can testify that you've been here by my side, 'cause you're my safety.
Since I found your love, never letting go, never letting go. Take my hand and lead, and I'll follow you. Oh, you hold me down like an anchor below. You surround me with perfect peace, and that's why I say,
there's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. Yeah, my life can testify that you've been here by my side. 'cause I know you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with you, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety. It's a piece I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. You're my safety. You're my safety. I will be running to you. You're my safety. You're my safety. So hide me in your loving arms. You're my safety. You're my safety.
Yeah, because you're my safety. You are my safety, Lord. You my safety, Lord. I'm my safety, Lord. My safety, Lord. Yeah. Hey, y'all. We're back. We talking about all this love. And I don't think it's a heavy topic, but I think it's something that's worth thinking about at the very least. And so let's think about it a little bit more. Let's think about love and power of love and all of the love that we can show and we can have. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all welcome to the stage real quick. My dog, my friend, my homie, the one and only Pastor Rich Holmes.
Yo, what's happening, guys? What's happening,
man?
I am good. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Had a good episode so far today talking about love.
Oh man, that's one of your favorite topics, bro. Love.
Showing love, you know. I love what Miss Ursula Ellis said here during the break right there. She said, good to do unto others as you would do to yourself. I would even throw the inverse on that for you. I love that. It's one of my favorite things like that. Do to others and do to yourself. I even think about it in the inverse, the negative, not bad negative, but just the don't do to others what you wouldn't do to yourself. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want somebody to do to you. Do to people what you want them to do to you, and also don't do to people what you don't want them to do to you. Like, you know what I mean? Flip side of the coin. Same thing, but the inverse of it as well. Yeah, that's a good practical way to show love. And so we've been talking about, you know, how loving self and loving each other and showing grace and all that kind of stuff like that. And so I figured that by the time you got here, maybe we could flip the conversation, talk about, you know, what are some practical ways, to show love and deal with love. But before that, how you doing today, though, man? How you doing? How's life for you today?
Life is lifing, you know what I mean? But it's a life, you know. Got up, had to put away some fires real quick this morning, but everything is all is well. Everything is good. Now I got to get ready to go to the doctor and get my checkup on today, get my blood work done. So go ahead and remind the devil he's defeated in this diabetes, god dog and shoot. So
right, that's right. Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, so that's on the agenda today.
Oh, fun times then. Fun times.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you get a little older, you got to start going to the doctor. You got to
go to the doctor, man. Go to the doctor. You want to stay here a little longer? You got to go, well, not a little, a lot longer. Hallelujah. Yeah, you got to go to the doctor. Check.
You want to stay here a little longer? Stop going to the doctor. You want to stay here a lot longer? Go to the doctor.
There you go. Yeah, I believe in going to the doctor. Praise the Lord. I'm one of them believers. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed.
That's what's up. Hey, man. So, you know, I remember you had a sermon one time called The Power of Love. I swear to you, after I titled the show, and I changed the title because you had a title that was called that one time. So I changed the title. Like, it was called The Power of Love. And I thought about it when I typed it in. I was like, wait, don't Rich got a sermon called The Power of Love? I'm biting off his sermon, you know. But
man, it's all good. There's so many people that do things like that anyway in this culture we live in. But it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all love.
Oh man, I was like, I want to steal his sermon title. What can we call it? I love wins. We'll call it that.
Cool.
But you know, I mean, just in thinking about that as a topic, you know, what are some practical ways to show love? Because you know it's so easy to I'm talking about how you can take away humanity from people and all that stuff, and it's so easy to just when you disagree with somebody or when you maybe you don't have that I'll call it relationship with somebody no more, so like that just nope, they over there now, we don't deal with them, we don't It's so easy to do that because then it kind of keeps us in our own box. It kind of keeps us together, and sometimes it's just much easier to do that. I gave the example of when you get off the expressway and somebody comes along with their cup, and the first thing we do, we be
roll that window up. Oh Lord,
all of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just want you to look them in the eye and just say hello. Like, you know what I mean? Just I know they ain't got no money. Just say hi to me. Just see the humanity in me. So, what are some ways, maybe if I toss it this way, that you've been able to see some practicality in love, even when people were, not the best towards you or whatever? I don't know. Just however.
I to piggyback on the story, just yesterday, this was pretty cool. A young lady, well, I don't know how young she was, maybe mid-40s or whatever. There's not too many homeless or people that's kind of out, asking for money, but she was around where I was going to have to go to the bank. And she came out, and so she walked up. She was like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir." Now, it was a little walk, and so I could have just went right into my car because I kind of knew what she wanted. But I'm like, ain't no way she's going to ask. No, not around here. I haven't seen it. She wasn't dressed bad, so I didn't know. But I even walked towards where she was just so I can hear her, just to hear her out. And we sat there, and she was like, "Woo, I'm glad you even came back over here. But, I got to ask you, do you have any change?" I was like, "Oh, really?" I thought she was going to ask for some other things. And I was like, "Actually, I do not have any change, but what's going on?" And we had a conversation. She gave me her story, where she came from and how she got there. And I was like, I don't have any change. Do you have Cash App? Of course, she didn't have Cash App because nowadays some of these people have Cash App, that's going through. And no, she didn't. She didn't have it. And I was just like, well, what do you need? And she's like, "I just needed a ride up the street." I'm like, this is a tough one. I can get you an Uber. And so we went ahead and did an Uber situation for her. But that's one of the ways I think you can show practical ways to go ahead and help people out in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But the other way was at the Thornton, my guy Matt. So just meeting up with him. I actually have a report from him from last week.
Hey,
I got a chance to see him. So he was there. He said he's doing a lot better. So I hadn't got gas over there again. So I only saw him that last week. But those are just some of the ways. I think also with showing love to yourself, I think that's a big thing. Like one of the things I'm doing is taking my health seriously. I think that's a way to show love, to not always have cheat days, you know what I mean? But try to stay in structured ways. That's showing ways to love yourself, ways and practical ways to love yourself. So I don't want to keep ranting, so I'll let you get on in there.
No, you're good. Yeah. You just said something like when it comes to health, showing love to yourself, even in your health. I know that I'm gonna put Miss Ursula Ellis's comment back up there because she reminds us to do unto others as you would do to yourself. And one of the things I do to others that I don't do to myself sometimes is protect their health. I end up taking stuff on myself. So I'll be like, "Oh, I know you got a lot going on, so I don't worry about it. I do it. I make it happen." And it's like I showed you enough love to let you get your rest and do your thing. But then I went and now I'm overwhelmed, overworked, tired, ain't slept in 3 months. Because when I could have delegated that a little bit better or something like that. So did I show myself love in the same way that I showed somebody else that same kind of love? And so sometimes it starts with loving yourself, It
does. And I want to attribute it to stuff like this that I'm doing. I want y'all to know this was never really me. You know what I mean? And Zeke may know me. He's rubbed off on me, pause, in this perspective. You know what I mean? Like to just randomly talk to people and just really here it is. Be caring of people, right? And really mean it. Because a lot of people can do it just to say, "Oh, I did a good deed." One thing I'm not a big fan of, and I know it's popular, is when they're doing the deeds and it's all recorded, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's really genuine or if it's just for views or things like that. I know it's popularized, but it's hard to kind of tell the difference in many places and many times. And so but I think I just want to just say kudos to you, bro, on just sharing your light with that and always just being in action. One thing, a story I had with you that was impactful. We was at our partner. Was it a sponsor? No, it wasn't sponsored person. I think it was IHOP or it was someplace we went to eat with the whole
That's
crew.
what I was trying to think of earlier. That story. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it was a guy, and they was getting ready to try to kick him out. And Zeke was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And of course, I kind of naturally, "Hey, what's going on?" And everybody, "Hey, how you doing speaking?" You know what I mean? And but Zeke was ready to leave, and he just came back around. I was like, "Hey, man, you need anything?" And they're like, "Yeah, they trying to kick me out and all this stuff because I can't get nothing." He's like, "Oh, you just want some food?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So now here we all coming back in. Zeke is like, "Come on, man, whatever food you want, come on and get it, man." And so the man started ordering some food, and the man's like, "Man, you really gonna get this for me?" Like, "Yeah, you want some food, right?" He's like, "Yeah." And I think he asked to go to the bathroom too or something. I don't know. Something going on. And yeah, so I want to just say that's to see it in action because it's in real time. That's dope. Because you can always talk about stories and to actually see that it's valid and you know what I mean, it's certified, it's real what he does. And so I think that's a dope thing to have. And you're sharing your light, bro. So you're being impactful. That's one thing I want to share with you.
Oh man, thank you, Doc. Aw. Now, I low key, I kid you not. I was sitting there, I was like, what? When did this just happen? I was like, we was just somewhere. Like I was remembering the story that happened at Jewel, and I was like, no, this is like a restaurant though. That we was somewhere. I could not think of that to save my life. Like that was IHOP. I do remember that. I think his name was I don't remember his name. Don't get me lying. I don't remember his name, but
don't get you lying.
But no, I do remember he came in, he had his bags and stuff like that with him and all that. They was trying to put him out, and they was trying to, and he had to use the restroom and all that. And he had to be a customer in order to be, and he just wanted some food. We was on our way out, and I'm like, well, we on our way out, but you just want some food, man.
Yeah.
What do you want? Come on up here. Order. No, look at the menu. Order what you want. And even the wait staff was looking like, the lady was looking like the man wants some food. Ain't I a paying customer? Ain't I? Y'all want this money or not? We gonna let the man eat. Yeah. No, man, you need to take a load off. Go over there and sit down. You a customer. Here's the receipt. You are a customer. Hey, lady, here's the tip. Man, when you leave, you ain't got to do nothing. Here's the payment. Here's the tip. You can go in there, use the bathroom, do what you need to do, sit down, enjoy some hot coffee. That's like, and then just there. You know, I couldn't think of that earlier to save my life trying to tell that story.
Oh, well, yeah, that was it, man. See, real time.
Thank you. Perfect time. Yeah, like 2 segments ago, I was like, I know this happened. It was hot outside. It was that. I was like, it's like 2 months ago. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, y'all. It's it is practical ways to do stuff like that. And I'm not saying got to necessarily like give people rides and sit down with them and all that stuff like that, but it may be good.
I wasn't gonna give her a ride. I don't care what else she was gonna say. She wasn't getting in that car. Like I didn't know. I didn't care what was going on.
I get it. Wisdom makes sense. Yeah,
but
wisdom makes sense. You still got to be wise.
Absolutely. I didn't know what was going on around here. I'm looking around. Okay, is there somebody else gonna come around? All right,
getting to that part. Yeah, because now that's also a thing too.
Making anonymous now, so that was great. Just right on in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was only $2.37. Praise the Lord. That's good. We'll take that.
Yeah, no, but that's a real thing. Being wise, like, because that's the other side of it. We find these practical ways to show love. Sometimes wisdom is necessary because you can do some showing love. I saw a comment way earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Where here it goes right here. Like Mama Sherry Staten said, I justified giving money to somebody. Talking about her niece, I think it was a cousin of a kid. She said, so they were always hitting her up, but she had to stop because they was tricking her. Like it was, and sometimes that becomes the case. People be taking advantage or whatever. And one of the things I hate is when somebody asks they ask, can I have some money? And then people ask the question after they ask money, well, what you gonna get with it? Nigga, is you gonna give it to them or not? Like, you finna get some liquor with it? No, I can't give you no money. It ain't, once you give it, it ain't yours no more. Who cares what they do with it? That's their decision. I gave you the money. If you decide to go and get a drink and you ain't had nothing to eat in 3 days, that's on you. I gave you the opportunity to get it. All I'm giving you is love. This money that I just gave you is just a piece of love. Now, if you take it and do something else with it, that's outside of my hands at that point. Just like that money went outside of my hands, what you do with it is outside of my hands. But people show love, like you said, they always wanted to either be on camera or they want to put caveats behind. It's like, love is freely given, just like it was freely received. It's freely given, and wisdom should be there. Yes, employ wisdom, but your wisdom shouldn't be dictated by your opinion of somebody or what you think they'll do or what you think they'll say, how you think it'll look on the camera. Like, that's not love at all. That's just
No, but I think if it's a
opinion.
campaign and if that's something you're looking to do to aware awareness and things like that, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
still paying it forward and helping communities and helping humanity all together. So yeah, I'm still for it. You know what I mean? But I just, I've seen it where it's just like, oh man, let's just do this and get it on camera, and it's like, what's the heart behind it?
Yeah. Views, sponsorships, making a living by doing it, And I guess good is good when good is done. So people still get but sometimes people like my thing with it is like, especially when it comes to like homeless populations or unhoused populations or, people with certain issues and stuff, you putting it all on camera. How you know that they really want to be viral around the world, like in the situation that they're in? Because I know my pride would not want a camera in my face as you giving me some money or something like that. And I'm crying real tears in front of you. And man, my mama just had that's me. Maybe people sign a release or something, and maybe they don't.
They do, yeah.
But it's also a public space, so you
true.
can film people in public spaces legally, and so you don't necessarily have to get a release, like to put that on camera. And
that's true.
And I know my pride though wouldn't want that to be the case, like So I'm not quick to be like, let me pull the camera. I don't even know where my phone is half the time. So
that's true.
So I'm not even thinking about that. It's just I see somebody in a moment.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that person looks hungry. Give them some food. Like, you got a couple extra dollars in your pocket, just give them some food. Like, that person needs a coat. I got 2 in the car. Like, look, I ain't wore this coat in 2 years. It's been sitting in my trunk for 2 years. Probably won't wear it. Take the coat, man. That you know what I mean? Like, it's
I get it. I get it, man. That's dope. I like it.
I gave one of my favorite sweatshirts to this dude, and he was supposed to bring it back, and he never did. I'm a little upset about that, but like, he came in. It was like in the middle of winter, and it was really cold. He was an immigrant, actually. He showed up, and like he was he had no coat. He had his daughters with him and all that, and he wasn't wearing a coat. He was literally wearing a t-shirt. Like, he was a Venezuelan immigrant, like, who came in, and people feel how they feel about the immigrants and the Venezuelans and all that and stuff like that. But what I saw was a man with 2 young girls, in a polar vortex, wearing a t-shirt. Like, that's what I saw. And I saw that I had on a sweatshirt. No, actually, I didn't even have a sweatshirt on. It was just in my office. Like, I had it in there in case I get cold in the office. And I was like, man, you can't go back outside like that. I was like, I ain't got another coat or nothing, but man, put this sweatshirt on, man. And then I called, actually, shout out to Richard Gallion. I called him up. We were at the office, and I was like, hey, man, I know this is a weird request, but do you have any coats like in your wardrobe? He does plays and stuff, and so they got like wardrobe. He's like, yeah, man, just go look up in the wardrobe and see if it's probably a coat or something in there. And so I went up there, grabbed the coat. I was like, man, you can't go outside like with this t-shirt. You'll be sick tomorrow. And dope, you've been done. You got these 2 young girls you got to work. And so I gave him my sweatshirt, and he was so grateful. He was just crying. And I mean, we literally stood there and hugged for about 3 or 4 minutes with him just crying. Like, I mean, just crying. And, when you get to them kind of raw forms of life and raw forms of humanity, where you see a grown man crying tears, where you see, like I was telling the story yesterday with the lady who just giving a hug, and she just broke down, started crying. When you start seeing the real humanity come out of people, and you look beyond the situation, you look beyond everything else, and you just get to the most core thing, and you see a human looking at another human, then it becomes the Jesus in me loves the Jesus in you. I don't care who you are, what you believe, where you from, how we might disagree. The human in me loves the human in you. Now, there are some people that I've not been so well about doing that with. I could probably call my father. I could probably, you know what I mean? I could probably do some stuff with that. There's some situations that we can work on, but still.
Yeah. And I'm learning a lot in this journey of becoming a pastor. I've always seen it from a vertical view, a 40,000 view, looking not down, but really trying to see on the other side, trying to get the sponsorships, trying to get the foundations, trying to get the things and the resources needed to help those that are in need. But now I'm also on the grounds a lot of times, and I'm seeing where the impact is, where the need is actually needed. And so it's kind of great to have these type of stories and conversations to understand what the impact and Like we were doing things like for our homeless or those who did not have homes at the time. What they needed was socks. We were always giving them coats and giving them, and they was like, "Hey, this is great. We thank you for this. But man, can you just give us some socks?" Oh, y'all just need some socks. Yeah, man, we did a big old sock drive, and that was one of the most successful ones we've had in the community. And so that, because before we was giving coats, and we still would have coats, and we have leftover coats because they was like, oh, okay, either they didn't fit or the ones we had. But socks, oh man, they came and took us over for socks, bro. So it's just things like that, and you wouldn't know that if you didn't have those conversations, and if you're just always the one just looking at, from a bird's eye view, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. That's oftentimes what we do. It's so easy. That's what I say. It's so easy, man, to like say, this is what I think you need. This is what's gonna make your life better. If you just do this, if you do that, and us as Christians, if I can give pause right there for a quick second, many times us as Christians, that's kind of what we do. We're so used to being preachy because we're so used to being preached at. And we're so used to preaching that we think that I have to come in and say, no, what you really need is the Lord, and then the Lord will give you that. And so here, take this coat, take this, that, and it's just like, if I just take a minute and just ask you, no, what do you need? You know what you need better than I know what you need. Yeah. You know what you're looking for better than I know. Yeah. And so if I allow you, even God allows you to come to him with a supplication. Even God allows you to come to him. God knows what you need, but he allows you to tell him what you need. Like, so why do we try to reverse it and play God better than God plays God? That's how we try to do. You need this. This is what you need. No, I'm not doing that for you because you need it. The man said he just needed a socks. Like, give him socks. But if you don't even take the time to ask them what they need or give them the opportunity to tell you what they need, then you'll forever just be doing something. You be thinking you're doing a good deed. I remember, and then we'll get ready to go. But I remember when being in Hopkins Park, and we were at the time that I lived there, we were the second poorest community in the entire United States of America. You had a lot of people with no running water, no like dirt floors and other stuff like that. Just no hope on life, no ability to even get to certain stuff. And there were these certain white churches and other stuff like that from wealthy communities who were coming down, building this, building that. And they wanted the community to help out. They wanted the community to come in. I just don't understand why they won't come in and help us build this library. I just don't understand why they won't. Like, niggas don't want to read books when they can't even figure out how they're going to get a meal tomorrow. Niggas ain't trying to like, you want me to come in and spend all my time volunteering to help build a community library. I know on maybe a higher level, that's something that's needed and necessary. But right now, today, I just need some propane for my tank. Because winter is here and there's no way for me to turn the heat on because I don't got no gas, no propane. So can you please help me with that? Well, no, we don't really do that. We come in and we do that. So you offering me something I don't need and expecting me to be grateful for it. And I don't even need it right now. I can't even Jesus recognized that. Like he'll heal you, he'll feed you, he'll do all of that. Before it was now go and get saved and don't do it now. Before that was now go and sin no more. That was take up your bed and walk. Like do this. Like let me heal your eyes. Let me what was the practical thing that you need in this moment right now? Because what difference does it make on a high level what you need if you can't even get to that high level because you can't get past the level that you're at right now? And so love is shown best when you give people the opportunity, I believe, to be human, to own what they need, to own who they are, and to have some dignity, man, some dignity. Like you strip people of their dignity when you tell them what they need. You strip people of their dignity when you cast them aside. You strip people of that, and we do that so easily, while claiming that we love everybody. Yeah.
So true, bro. So true.
Yeah, man. Well, that was the topic for today. Let's see what some of these comments say. Hold on, let's see. I'll do this. Can y'all hear me? I gotta check. Take a minute. Tell me when you hear me. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
There you go. All right.
You ain't there.
They're gonna fix that. Actually, I don't care if they fix it or not. We're gonna be on a new platform within 2 weeks. I don't care if they fix it or not at this point. Let's see here. My wife is saying hello to everybody. Let's see that. Oh, look at that. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen was saying good morning to you. My wife said that was listening.
Good morning.
All right, now we sounding good. Hey, Miss Ursula Ellis saying paying it forward is awesome. Pay forward. I love it. Yeah. Remember, you might have been in need of. Let's see. My mama said they raised me well. I think they did. Yeah. Let's see. Some people want to donate to the cause, but if they want to donate to this cause, then they can give to. Oh, let's see here. Thank you, Miss Ursula Ellis. Such a great topic today. And my mama's saying hi to you, baby. So there you go. Say hi. Say hi to my mama Sticks.
Everybody loves Sticks, boy.
I know, right? Come on here. Everybody starts saying hi to her and all that. That's okay though. They said hi to me this morning. So I'll let my wife have a little bit of love. It's fine. It's fine with it. Let's get ready to get up out of here, Doc. Man, I think this was a good topic today, man. I hope that everybody is able to take some cues of love this remainder of this week, and then start to grow on that, build on that. Love yourself, love each other, receive love, receive the love that you want. Don't just take any old raggedy love that somebody gives you. Don't just give some raggedy love and call it love either. So that's my spiel. But I'm gonna let Rich Holmes take it and take us up out of here. There you go, Doc.
Yeah, so love, man, with the message I did do with the power of love, here's an excerpt that I talked about. As love is the power of love is the essence of our relationship with God. For those that believe like I am, I'm a believer. Love is not just an attribute of God, it's his actual essence, it's who he is. And if he lives on the inside of us and we believe he dwells in us, we are ones to share that love. We are to reciprocate or reproduce that love here on the earth. So like my son, he plays 2K, he has a great time, and you can put an attribute to get more strength, and you can get more faster, you can get jump higher, the vertical can put more attribute with it. No, God doesn't have an attribute for love. It's who he is. It's love. So I want us to share the love of God and share the love of Jesus in practical ways. And I love what Zeke says, starting with yourself. That is powerful. That is impactful. Hope something was said to encourage you the rest of this week, or just to make it to another day. Like I always say, life is choice driven. You'll live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. I thank you for this time. Thank you for your love, Father. I know a lot of times we talk about how much we love you, but we thank you for the power of love, the fact that you love us. In spite of our faults, you love us. In spite of our shortcomings, you love us. In spite of our failures, you love us. So God, we thank you for loving us. And we thank you that we can continue to experience that love and help us to show that love, because there's people out here that may have a problem with trusting you, but they are trusting us, and help us to love even more, to share the love of you to them and spread it to this world. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen and amen. Man, what a great show. Just a great episode. There it goes. Okay, there we go. Such a great episode, such a great show, man. If y'all don't remember nothing else, at least remember to love somebody, man. At least remember to show some love, give some love, and make sure that you're receiving love. And if you ain't got no love that you can receive from anybody else, keep on locking in with ZekeLive in the morning, because I told y'all I was going to hear it about 400 times today. I should have had a counter going for how many times we actually said the word love today, so that you can remember that you're loved. And sometimes you got to do like Donald Lawrence said, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Like sometimes you need to just look in the mirror and encourage your own self. And so if you don't do nothing else, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. I love you. I love me. Like, love yourself enough that you can receive love, and then receive enough right love that you know how to give love back. And that's what it's all about, man. So spend your week doing that. I love y'all for real. Who says that? Monique be saying that. I love us for real. Like so I love you better than Monique loves you. Y'all have a great day. And if there's nothing else that you remember these 3 things: you're better, you're free, and everything, and I do mean everything, is going to be all right. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning at 7:30 in the morning, man. Y'all go ahead and share this with somebody. Share this episode with somebody. Thank y'all to everybody. Yeah, thank y'all to everybody, man. Y'all share this with somebody, and y'all come back tomorrow as we close the day out. As we close the week out, and we'll see you. Peace out and deuces.